Okay, people. What is up? What is up, guys? It's Black Matter, of course, once again for the Mhpl. Yeah. Make some noise. But of course, I'm not alone. I'm here with my co-caster here, Bambi. Bambi, how you doing? Good evening. Welcome to Mhpl once again. How you doing tonight?
Hi guys, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are fine. Compliments of the season. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, compliment of the season, guys. That is how wishing you a Merry Christmas in advance and also a Happy New Year. That's for me to you as well. Welcome to the stream. I can see some very interesting names in the stream here. I can see Legacy. I can also see Baku. I can see Jared. Wow, the CEO of Real Time Productions is here with us, guys. Shout out to Jared, of course, for coming through for us when we needed him. I can see Melvin. Melvin, welcome to the stream. I can see Twitch, Okage, I can see Rick's Tubination, I can see Baku, I can see Oasis, and I can see Boredom as well. Carnage, Yami, Isaac. I see you guys. Shout out to you guys. Welcome to the stream. It's a day one of the MHPL, and of course, I am excited just as you. We get to see the squad of the co-owner of Mlhub play today. It's CRI versus Zero Tolerance. My squad's got an history with zero tolerance, and also my squad's got an history with Crimson Era. But now it's not about my squad today, it's about these two squads. And while the game is being worked on in the lobby, I want to engage you guys in the comments. What do you guys think? While Stark may not create a poll for you guys, what do you guys think? Do you think Crimson Era has a better chance here in the best of two for the day one of the MHPL games, or do you think Zero Tolerance will not tolerate anything other than victory from this match? What do you guys think? I can see you guys in the comments, and I can see Baku saying, make them no shot surprise. Well, then, Mike, over to the casters. Bambi, what's your honest take on this matchup? Zero Tolerance, Crimson Era. How do you see this coming out? All right, it looks like we're having some technicals there, but it's fine. I can see a lot of comments, and someone is saying, "Let's go!" Yeah, that's the hype we want to see. That's the hype we want to see, guys. And I can also see someone says, "I'm always here." Yeah, you should be here. This is where the action is at. And I can see another chat saying, "Make them shall surprise me." Honestly, Crimson Era has got a pretty good reputation. They played in the rookies tournament, and they did pretty well actually, and they got far, but then they couldn't win. How were the better ones that they won the rookies tournament? And then we saw them play again. We saw them play again, guys. And yeah, it did not go well again. They did not get to the finals. But now we are in another situation here where, all right, this is Crimson's era debut in Tier 2 for the MHPL. Will they go as far as the finals? Because, mind you, we're going to be streaming two games today, one Tier 1 game and one Tier 2 game. So basically, the Tier 1 game is late in the night at 10 p.m., and the Tier 2 game is now. That's the Crimson Era versus Zero Tolerance. The Tier 1 game, obviously, the main event is going to be El Cartels versus you already know Fluffy, the team in the tier one. But I can see another comment here saying, it's been a while since I last saw Zero Tolerance players. I thought they disbanded. Yeah, no, I don't think they disbanded. They are back and they are back stronger. And of course, we are waiting for the player. Where are the players, by the way? What is going on? Production, please talk to me. Are we in the wrong lobby? Because I am not seeing any player here of both squad. What is going on? I need to call them in and I need to actually discuss. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Oh! I just got informed, guys. I just got informed. We were actually in the wrong lobby. Apologies. I will just be going straight to the other side there, and just move over. Basically, I will just move over to just meet them where the action is at, and so that things can get started real quick. But then I am seeing another person said, Absolute Cinema. Yep, it's tournament lobby. What you like to come and see. Everyone is now trying to get me in because I need to go in and see that action there. Yeah. Starkey, need to bring you in as well if you're not in already. That's important. And also my co-caster Bambi here. I do hope Bambi's still here with me though. Hello, Bambi. Are you here? I think she just left. So sad. But I'm gonna be trying to bring her back in so that we can always have her with me here to give those fire analysis breakdowns. And it's been an amazing time we had here. I've had a lot of fun in the 1v1 match tournament. Don Darby took everything home. I had a lot of fun in the tournament before that, the promotional games, and now MHPL promises to deliver even more quality gameplays to me. And MJ, by the way, is in the team. We can see CRI's Lancer, of course, the S2 there, the Roma for Crimson Era. I want to see how this pans out. But let me just quickly get Bambi in here real quick. And it seems like she's having some difficulty with the network issues there before we can start. And we're going to need to get Bambi in here before we start. It's very important we get our second caster in the lobby. But before then, I can see more people in the chat. I can see Rick's Nation. I can see Baku. I can see Lion Software. Shout out to you all. Welcome to the stream. I can see Light already addressing the players. It's tournament lobby. Everyone loves to see the tournament lobby. Everyone wants to see what we are bringing to you guys today for the MHPL, of course, right? First game, debut game, we want it to be premium and we want it to be interesting, inclusive, and of course, riveting to watch. That's what we want to come and see. I can see someone saying my goat Ken. Yeah, I can see Ken as well. I can see Kama. I can see Sek. I can see Zayn. Yeah, Bambi's finally back. I think we can finally start now that she's in. So the ref's gonna do his thing. But meanwhile, while the ref's doing his thing, I wanna ask if my co-caster is back. So Bambi, welcome back. I really hope we have you back. How you doing? All right, it seems like she's still having some network difficulties there. But yeah, someone says MJ, give me something. Yeah, MJ, please give us something. Please show us something we want to see. Well, it's not a lobby, so there's really no need to ban in the lobbies. You can just do all your bans in the draft because he supports 5 bans. Someone says, Lion Software says, where Shiggy, he did chat. Yeah, I don't know if Shige is part of any of these teams here, but yeah, we are seeing the teams complete in the lobby. So we're gonna just wait for the game to start, guys. We're gonna just wait to get straight into the draft. It's gonna take a short while because right now we are seeing the refs do his thing, trying to send the people that are not supposed to be here away, and the people that are here and trying to coordinate them. Light is saying if you're not meant to be here, please leave. And I think we are all completed the lobby and we can all start now. Everyone is completing the lobby. I can see some comments here, some very interesting comments here. Someone says, Boredom says, um, so bottom says Zeti for the win. I'm switching sides. Zeti looking stacked. Well, it's the MHPL guys. It's 50,000 naira price pool for tier one. That's quite a lot of money. That's like Christmas money for them. Technically, the MPL is the MHPL rather does not end until next month. So it's technically not really Christmas money, kind of like New Year money. Well, Oasis says, oh yeah, yeah, you're tired of the talking, you want to get started. So, yeah, we are going to get started. Light is the only one holding us here now. We need to get started. Let me just ready up on my end so that we can get straight into it, please. There's no time for this. All right, Jared is here and it says how much again, chat. Jared, welcome to the stream. I like the fact that you are actually here with us. Excuse me, guys. No, I'm drinking a lot of water before game even starts, guy. Omo, why am I so thirsty today? I'm so thirsty today, man. All right, so the ref is doing his thing of briefing the players through the rules, and honestly, this is gonna be a lot of weight. So yeah, I think production, please, if we can yeah, there's no need for lobby bans, light, please. We are in the tournament ban. In the tournament lobby, there's no point in the lobby bans. We can just get straight into the draft so that we can do this. But then, shout out to Jared CEO of Real Time Production. Shout out to all you guys here as well. I'm just gonna give you the shout out again before the game starts. But I can see 15 people on the stream right now, just waiting for that action to kick in. And trust me, me too. I want to see that action. And someone says, "Let the brawl begin." Crimson Era, what do you have for me? Well, you're gonna have to see it, man. You're gonna have to stick around to see it. All right. Someone says, MJ, give me something. Yeah, MJ, you need to give them something. And I can see a lot of people saying, if you need a pause, three of you, okay, if you say three of your players must spam recall. All right, it's tournament lobby. Sorry, yeah, there's no point for the lobby bans. I think the refs has finally, uh, I think the ref have finally seen it. There's no point for that. But all right, we're gonna just get straight into it. No time wasted. Please rev start. Please rev start. And I can see Bambi asking for a link. Link to what exactly? Yeah, that's weird. Okay. I can see someone says, "Wait, is it Zayn? Is it this Zayn?" Hmm. I don't exactly know who you're talking about here, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Really, let's see how it goes. I'm actually it said link white. Oh, the whitey link. Oh, the whitey link. Oh, there's no production, please. We've not actually sent the whitey link. Seriously? Wow, that's something. Okay. One sec. Sorry, apologies for that. Apologies for that, please. Let me just get straight into it. Apologies for that, please. All right, yes, production as yeah, production to the rescue. Production to the rescue. Thank you for that. Production to the rescue. Of course, we need to lock the group and send the links, please. All right. Please lock the group and send the link. And yeah, I said we are not seeing anything. Yeah, you guys will see it soon. Just relax, okay? Yeah, just relax. Yeah, please tell me I didn't. Yep, we are into the game. And yeah, we are into the game here, guys. Welcome back to the draft, and I am seeing the drafting here. Frederick ban, first ban on the side of ZT. Finally, we've started. We have kickstarted, guys. And also the last loss for the first ban, Xbox second ban. That's pretty interesting if you ask me. That's a pretty wise ban. Last lot can be pretty nasty when it comes to the assassins, and CRI are not taking any chances here. That's a pretty interesting young ban there from ZT. I am pretty sure they are trying to make sure Legacy does not have much options here, and SuperKenn as well. But then let's see who the EXP is. Pog, who's obviously the EXP because he is the EXP, the second EXP actually for CRI. So if you kind of think about it, they try to make sure he doesn't play that Yuzhong. I have personally leaned against the guy once in a while, and he is a pretty good Yuzhong player. So them taking out the Yuzhong is a pretty valid ban. And we are also seeing a very interesting pick here, interesting ban here on the side of ZT, a Frederick ban. Now that's interesting. An Xbox ban is pretty valid on the side of CRI. A Lancelot's ban is valid. Mino ban as well is also valid. Yeah, Mino ban is pretty valid. Excuse me, let me just switch over my mic source. No time wasted. And yep, mic. All right, all right. So let me just switch things over here and just get straight. So now this is pretty interesting. Now, if you really think about it, these guys are really going for it. A Minotaur ban, and of course, a Gato ban. MJ's around. If MJ's around, you want to ban the Gato. You don't want the Gato to have any chances here. You don't want to be Lancer to get any chance because now Lancer is the first pick, right? He's the first pick of his team, and he's gonna have to go for something else other than the Gato because I'm pretty sure he must have factored into the draft that there's a chance that they will ban his main, and if they ban his main, it's if they ban his main, he's gonna have to go for an alternative. And I can see Prof saying Ken Frederick is crazy. Of course, they don't want to take chances. Puck is going for the Lapo. That's my main right there. That's a very interesting set of picks here. But hey, how? What do you think, guys? What do you think about this first pick? A Lapo first pick seems pretty interesting if you ask me. Honestly, seems pretty interesting. But then We are also seeing Ray and Zeke as the first two picks on the side of zero tolerance. They've got options here. They can go for a Zetian, but they go for a Fasa instead. Long range, that's kind of wise. Fasa can actually pretty escape, easily escape the. Sorry, Fasa can actually easily escape the Lapu if you really think about it. But then Pogs got that flicker. Pogs got that flicker, so that's an advantage there. You can always combine there, do the whole line checker flicker thing. So there's still a time there. There's still advantage there. But then I am seeing the pick here from Zeke. Wow, that's an Argos. Now that's interesting. I like that. I like that. That's a common pick. By the way, guys, this is the first time Argos has been picked in an official tournament. Zeke has officially broken the record. This is the first Argos pick since the establishment of Mlhub in a tournament situation. This is the first. Sorry, guys, let me just turn this off real quick. No time. All right, yeah, I just turned it off, and that's the poll there created by the production himself, Stark, in the back doing the heavy lifting. Take your votes, guys. I'm gonna take my vote. I don't want to make my vote known, but I'm seeing a lot of gravitation towards Crimson Era when it comes to the polls. And we are seeing that someone says someone will be looking down on Argos. Finally see Argos in a match. Yeah, we finally get to see Argos in a match. We also finally get to see Leomod in a match. SuperKenn, knowing that the Fredrin is banned and going for that Leomod is actually pretty wise on his end if you think about it. But then Nino going for a Zetian. You've got the Fury of the Phoenix. You've got the Phoenix Strike. Those are very interesting set of. You've got the Celestial Armaments too. I mean, the Argos Deathly Claw is also something the Celestial Armaments can protect you from. But it's a one-time thing. It's got a high cooldown. So then Nino is gonna have to, think about that. But if you think about it, he has that considered. He's got a flicker on the Zetian. That is a strategic battle spell to use with the character there. And now Zayn with the Belric is going for that tank there. He's got Wrath of Triad. He's also got some nice Deadly Thorns passive there to deal some damage when he's being dealt damage. It's not just to make up for some damage loss there. But then Lancer now, he's got the chance to ban 2 more bans left for CRI. What's it gonna be? They don't have a jungler yet on the side of ZT. They don't have a jungler. They don't have a marksman. So they might go for a joy ban. That's pretty valid if you ask me. A joy ban is pretty valid. And we could go for a marksman ban, maybe a broody ban, or maybe a carry ban. That could be that could be pretty nasty. That could be pretty nasty if you think about it. But then let's see how this goes, man. I really want to see how this goes. But Lancer now doesn't have the chance to ban, has made his ban already. The Joy has been banned. The Legacy needs to ban someone now. He needs to take someone down. He's got 30 seconds to make his decision. What would it be? Maybe a Link or maybe Hayabusa to make things easy for Nino because they don't have a jungler yet on the side of ZT, or maybe an Ixia for that poor follow-up on the side of ZT. Maybe to nerf their follow-up quality, but it's gonna be a Beatrix on that end. The Beatrix is taken down, and that is a lot of firepower taken away from ZT. Now it's gonna have to make a decision now. Karma's B is gonna have to make a decision here on what to go for. Of course, what will it be for Karma's B? You've got the Ixia, you don't have the Urethel. The Urethel is banned. ZT took that down on their own, and they've got the Beatrix is banned, so that is down. And now they go for the Claude. Now that's interesting. We're gonna be seeing some very interesting plays from this card here. Sekki, being the gold laner, will go for the Claude, and that is it's gonna be some blazing duel. But Legacy now responding with a Granger, maybe. Because right now he's still selecting. He hasn't selected yet. He hasn't locked it in, rather. He's still selecting. And Lancer as well doesn't want to show his 0 yet. Legacy might be a Moscow. Twilight Spear might work out here. The man's going to have to really consider and take that into account. Maybe consider something else. But that Lancer with that high lows. And yes, it will be the Celestial King himself. The King of the Centaurs will be in this one. And Legacy, maybe an Ixia. No, it will be the one himself, the Bard of the Demonian Empire, the member of the Light and the Monastery of Light. It's going to be Granger. And of course, Karma's be going for an assassin that seems to work. It seems like Hayabusa might be a better option here because it's pretty easy to ambush, but maybe an Alucard, a Demon Hunter, or maybe a Yisun Shin. I mean, Yisun Shin is pretty getting a lot of popularity lately. So if that's a Yisun Shin, It's not going to be surprising if you think about it. Yes, it will be a Yisun Shin, and that will complete the draft for game one of the MHPL fixture of the first day. And yeah, it's a very interesting draft here. But let me know what you guys think. Who do you think has the better draft, and whose draft are you inclining towards? CRI's draft or ZT's draft? I'm going to be engaging you guys while the game loads to know what your thoughts are. And of course, let me just check out the poll real quick. Let me see how it is. Okay, there's a lot of Crimson Era poll votes, man. 25 votes in total, and we've got 72% of the votes on the side of Crimson Era. That's a lot of votes in their advantage. Zero tolerance, only 28%. You can tell majority of those votes went to Crimson Era, obviously. But then I am seeing a lot of glaze when it comes to legacy here. Chibe is saying legacy, and Oasis says Crimson Draft looks more synergized. Now, that's something we got to consider, don't we? Of course, now they are showcasing the skins, one of the benefits of the tournament lobby. Of course, the collectors up and down, SuperKenn with that Abyss skin, and of course, the Mythic skin on the Hylos. That is, guys, I'm just seeing this skin for the first time, guys. That's actually wild. All right. CR draft is solid. Rain come out this place and 1 for Crimson. All right, there's a lot of comments. There's a lot of Crimson Era supporters. But then, how is the game gonna be? That is what's going to matter eventually, guys. Let me just take my headphones off my neck so that I can concentrate on casting the game. But I want to find out if our co-caster is back. Is Bambi back? Hello, Bambi. Are you back with us here? No, she's not. All right, we're gonna have to wait for her until she comes back, guys. I need to zoom out on my end, though. Yeah, I can't, and I can't actually do that. Unfortunately, oh yeah, I can. Exactly, production as well. Please, if you will, please zoom out for the viewers to see the game from a clearer perspective and also a wider perspective for things to be easier for them. Now, Lancer is already going in. That's the thing about the idols. You can do that if you can. We have seen him give vision to his jungler there. Now, SuperKenn already rotating. That's going to be something really interesting for CRI to pull off, especially when now that their tank already has bad MS. That cannot be good. He is taking a lot of damage. Does he want to use the Ring of Punishment? That will not be a wise decision, especially now that he's lost HP. But then we are seeing Nino here poke out on the mid lane. Lancer trying to support his mid laner here. This is interesting, really. But then up top on the EXP lane, we are seeing Seek. We are seeing him there with that Darth Vader skin on the Argos. There's the claw there, but that would be the defensive one. Didn't even bother to use the meteoric sword for the slow. The man is just preserving and holding his lane here, just in the turret and just holding his peace. Perhaps not willing to make any risk until Zayn comes. But down bottom on that gold lane, we are seeing SuperKenn already on level 4, now holding and waiting for that time. Now, maybe momentum soon. Maybe waiting for that chance for that Phantom Steed. Sekki doesn't have that level 4, but he does have that BMI, though. Might not be easy to outplay him. Leomot doesn't exactly have a very strong gang strength when it comes to situations like that. But SuperKenn forsakes the gank and goes for the objective instead. That neutral objective that spams in 3 seconds is going to be what CRI will prioritize when it comes to their strategies. But so far, we are seeing the Turtle move that now. Okay, so far the match is paused. And of course, the ref light has seen the signal and the recalls from the players of Crimson Era. So, guys, what do you think so far? CRI's rotation, ZT rotation, the play so far. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts as I engage you guys while the game is paused, of course. All right, I am seeing some posts here. Someone says Argos EXP. Yeah, that's the first time we are seeing an Argos EXP. That is actually pretty crazy, if you ask me, well, because honestly, we have never seen an Argos EXP. Okay, so someone says, I'm 100% sure he just used the hero to flex the skin. Perks of tournament lobby, yeah? No harm, no foul. If he wins with it, then hey, we don't point fingers. If it works, it works. And someone says, Lancer, wait, Argos, okay, I've addressed that. Someone says, Argos must aura farm with that skin. Yes, the Darth Vader skin. May the force be with you, man, my man. But someone says, Crimson probably going for a Broody. No, they did not. They did not go for that Broody. They will go for something else. Maximum pause time is 2 minutes, and that's all CRI gets. Unfortunately, we are not going to see a very long pause.
Of course, nobody wants to see that. We want to get straight back into the game. 31 people on the stream. Of course, it's day one of the MHPL. Shout out to Mlhub organizing team and management team for organizing the MHPL. It's pretty late into the Christmas, but then still, it is an excitement. It is action, and it is something that keeps us at the edge of our seats. We all love to see a very, very good play out in a very good tournament match that will keep us excited. But then let me just get some more water, guys. I am low on water here.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so it looks like we have Bambi back, and that's actually pretty good. Welcome back, Bambi. An engagement will be all right. But the boys of CRI, they have the lead there, base or total already taken. And that's one neutral objective down. Phantom Steve from SuperKenn will run out, and now he's got to use the momentum and just farm that purple buff there. But we are seeing something go on that EXP lane up top production, if you will. And that's going to be Pog. Maybe waiting for a chance here, maybe an engagement soon, but that's gonna be the Justice Blade only to poke Seek. But down bottom of the gold lane, though, we have seen some very interesting gank walking up their Legacy, getting support from two, but the BMI defensively from Sekki, and now it's gonna be Zayn walking into the turret and losing lots of HP, but then back to the base, it will be for the HP to regenerate, Bambi. Yeah, up to. Yeah, I am seeing Carl on the chat. Yeah, yo, what's up, man? How you doing, Carl? Welcome to the chat. I am also seeing Jerry, the CEO of Real Time Production. Welcome. But then on the gold lane, we are seeing Sekki and Legacy poke out each other here. Dead Sonatas with the Rhapsody, and Sekki is not interested in that engagement. Meanwhile, out of Thievery onto the minion wave. Out with a raging slash adjustment, an IQ play from the man as he goes up top to defend his lane. What the hell? Pog is already styling on the mid lane, and now he needs Seek. An engagement up top. Doesn't have to press fighter. That's going to be Deadly Claw on the defensive position into the turret, and Seek will go back in there into safety. He does have that Eternal Evil, though, but he does not want to commit. Down bottom on the gold lane, though, Sekki is being poked. And into the turret, he has gone to the second phase of the turret. You can tell the Legacy, he's applying a lot of pressure. Now Lancer comes to the other side, to the gold lane to support him. Now Dead Sonatas, that's going to be Phantom Steed. Might dash in. But no, the blazing duet to clear the minion waves. That's going to be the taunt into the base. And now Glorious pathway for the BMI to tank him outplays. And now Fernandez trying to zone them out. But Legacy is not done. SuperKenn, he finds Zayn. And Legacy will rely on the turret waves to farm. And now Ray trying to zone him out. Dead Sonatas with a Rhapsody. SuperKenn, he comes out. But the truth is, what can Ray do to defend that tier one? Nothing will be the answer as he will take down the tier 1. CRI, 1 turret down, and that's a great way to go if you want to start out a win gradually by taking turrets. But now they're going to invade here. That's the stun with the ring of punishment. Now Phantom Steel follow up from SuperKenn. Might not be a wise move. Might not be a wise move. Zeti knows how to pick their fights and how to give up on some fights, because some fights are not worth it. Because that fight is just before the turtle spawn. They need that neutral objective. They need it to make it work. They need more gold. But we are seeing CRI now on that objective. This is gonna make the third objective they will get, and Zeti, no response yet. We want to see what they can do. We want to see them going on. Like, we want to see some content. Now we are seeing CRI now. Okay, Mountain Shaker. What can they do? The orange bomb is already being taken. Wrath of Troya turn 3 with a feather death strike now. Follow up from Bray. But that's nothing more than that. They do not follow up. They do not engage. Zeti, they just play passively and seek as well into the base. The man is just staying in the turret. He doesn't want to commit. He just want to farm. Zeti just want to get their gold up and make sure their turrets stay the same while farming. I like that. It's a passive strategy, but hopefully it works out for them. That's going to be the big question. But now, Seek holding out. Pork might see a good chance here. That's going to be Lancer now. There's the Pork with the ring of punishment now. Seek has got that eternal evil. He can always remove one CC with that. But the big question is, Meteorix run onto the minion waves to try to clear the minion waves. But the big question is, can he outplay this 3-man gang that seems to be cooking up here? But we are seeing Zeti around that gold lane supporting that gold lane as Sekki. But then something might be cooking here. Zayn might be in the midst of it all. Maybe Rattle Dry. Oh my God, 4-man. Rattle Dry and Zayn. He takes all the hits. But that's a flicker in Legacy now. Trying to melt Ray. Ray flickers out. But no, the bravest fighter, but Legacy. He finds the kill first. And Karma's Bay on the EXP lane, trying to take down turrets while the team fights are ongoing. ZT, 2 turrets down, taking advantage of the chaos, and Sekki trying to take another on the gold lane. CRI, while the fight was going on, you were losing the war, and now 3 turrets will be felled because of one team fight. CRI really needs to check that out things, because now 3 turret down, 5 seconds until that Lord spawns, and we are seeing Zayn here just try to zone them out. It's okay, Lancer gets taunted, but then that's a harmful taunt. Nothing really major here. But then so far now in the base. The base is what we did. The Lord, rather, the Lord, not the base. Hey, the Lord is being contested here. The back already there, trying to melt down the Lord. Of course, the Oath Keeper already coming through. That's gonna be the correct numbers we are seeing. The passive of the Leo mod is nice. The fact that you can actually trigger on the Lord makes it easier and also faster for him to farm that Lord and take down the Lord faster. We are seeing Seek playing it passive here on this Argos, man. I mean, I wanted to see some immortality or death situations here with Seek, but the man is just playing it passive, just trying to clear the lanes and just wait for that late game spike and just, right from there. That's going to be the Argos gameplay. But yes, I'm seeing a comment here. Someone saying Zeti's playing map and cream macro is bad. We're gonna see about that. We're gonna see how that works, guys. That's gonna be what we will experience here. But then rotations. Interesting things happen because both teams are really. That's right. Everything should be okay now. Okay, so apologies for all that, guys. Apologies for all that. We are saying the Lord, though. The Lord has spawned, and that's something. That's where they want to be. That's where they want to be. They need a Lord now. At least, I mean, Jerry, it does know that they need a Lord, and the Lord needs to be melted down because if you want to win this game, oh, 5-man field finish, but that's glorious path away, and Ray tries to get away. SuperKenn takes the Lord. That's going to be there. The tank trying to hold them down, but Legacy, he finds him in the back. That's going to be Canvas Bay forward. Zayn trying to escape, but it's low. They won't let him as Legacy picks up a double, and that's CRI. They go for the onslaught. The minions are there. They don't need that Lord. They can end, but Seek, he's got that eternal evil. When is he going to engage? The base is almost melted down. It's now a never sink, but the base is already taken down. And CRI, they make a statement as game one will end in their favor. Man, I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why Zeke held out too much, but then he did get the MVP with the Argos. Oh, that's pretty nice. MVP with the Argos. I guess he did show us that the Argos is a pretty good pick, actually. But what do you think about that game, Bambi? If you're still here with me, of course.
I didn't know what to say throughout the whole match. Cause for real, no single death from CRI. Like maybe apart from Newmont. But I think the issue right there was the draft, the Argos pick. Picking um early game heroes over a late game hero. It's kind of like not something that would really work with the team. These are early game heroes, and they would pretty sure have
Yeah.
more farming and every other thing. Yes, you get. And with the Hylos as their tank with so
Mm-hmm.
much CC and AOE, it's like kind of like difficult for their team to actually engage in team fights and everything. So I think the Argos pick was a very wasn't really a good pick in a way because Argos is actually a late game hero, and them CRI being a early game hero, it didn't really help at
Mm-hmm.
that point. So I guess it's just something that, sorry, I've just been having network issues and I haven't been able to like view and watch the match as much I'm supposed to. But during the ones that I could actually see,
Yeah.
I was seeing that they're not allowing them to farm, and I also saw that nobody died in CRI, like no single death apart from Leomond, and that's really awesome. I'm going to give it to you guys, CRI. You guys really did great, and I really enjoyed the match, even if it
Yeah.
was half of the.
Yeah. It was a pretty good match. It was a pretty good run. CRI, of course, once again, did not disappoint. And we are seeing now this is gonna be game two. By the way, guys, let me just give you guys a little insider information. MJ said that they would end their game before 10 p.m. tonight. Mind you, 10 p.m. is the time slated for El Cartel match. That's the tier one match for tonight. Mind you, tier one's price pool, I think it's 3 times the money for tier two price pool. So, for obviously because it's more competitive and it's full of OP squads. But then they did say they're going to finish their match before 10 p.m. So that they only have 20 minutes to end this game too in their favor. But if ZT have something to say about that, then I guess Lancer may have something else to tell me after this chat, because I'm gonna definitely drag him for that. So Dan, game one is a pretty good game. Let's go straight, of course, Light. That is gonna be the green flag as we get straight into the draft. No time wasted. We have another game scheduled. And yes, Bambi, it was a very interesting match. They did do well. CRI was amazing. But the big thing is, can they do it again? ZT, they did not do impressively well as we'd expect. But then have they learned from their mistakes? You see, the thing about these games is that you might have you might not have won the draft, right? You might not have won the game, but did you learn from your past mistakes? Did you learn, okay, what did we do wrong that we can fix right now that's gonna prevent it from happening again? And I do hope that's what they've learned now, Bambi.
Yeah, I really hope that's what they learned, and I hope they get better on their drafting. And it only goes to show that they cannot stop, even if they ban Gato, they cannot stop MJ from from doing what he can. I think Gato is not the only hero they
Yeah.
can play.
It only goes to show that even if they ban the Gato, they can't stop MJ. And they might want to
Yeah.
take down the Hylos though. They might want to take down the Hylos because the Hylos is another hero pick that is something that is that might traumatize them. But then CRI Legacy now gonna have to go for a ban here. You can't go for something that was probably problematic. Probably Belric because to be fair, the Belric from the Belric was from Zayn was pretty difficult on them. The Wrath of Dryad, the taunts and all that, was pretty difficult. But they might want to go for a Belric though, Bambi.
Well, in this case, it depends. Actually,
Okay.
it depends because it really took a toll on Belric. He kept on tanking damage, and the teams couldn't really do anything much. So probably give
Yeah.
this Belric a chance.
And they stuck with the same picks and the same bands. And now Lapu is open again. And the Hylos is open again. What did we say about learning from past mistakes, Bambi? Well, yeah, guys, y'all are here with me. And they did go for a different mage, though. El Rey going for a Xavier and Seek going for a Ruby. Now that's interesting. If you remember correctly, we saw Seek go for a an Argos. That was a pretty rare pick, but not really a rare pick in the case of Seek though, because the guy really wanted to be the one that stands out here, and he did go for the Argos and got the MVP on his side. So I can't really fault that pick. But then it's not about MVP, it's about the win. That's what really matters. Nino leaving the Zetian behind and going for the Fasa because Ray did not go for the Fasa. He went for the Xavier. So we are seeing Lancer now. Gonna have to go for something. The Hylos is available and it worked the first time. So if it works, don't touch it, right, Bambi?
Yeah, I think so. Like if it works for them for the first time, I'm pretty sure it's going to work for them again. So apparently he is going for Goshen.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah,
I don't.
that's definitely one. Know what Lancer is playing. I think he's just trying to lock it down for SuperKenn. He's his jungler because this is kind of like a professional way of drafting. You basically pick the heroes that you secure the picks that would matter early, and then leave out the mystery picks for them, the minor picks, the core picks for the late games. And that's exactly what Lancer is doing. We both know that he's gonna switch because Lancer is a roamer, not a jungler, and he can actually roam with a Gushon. I've never seen him play Gushon. Unless maybe he's got that trick up his sleeve that he hasn't shown anyone until now. That's gonna wow everybody though. But Zayn is still going for that Belric, and that's one thing that CRI did not ban. And I'm surprised because the Belric was really taunting them up in the first game, and they still let it open, Bambi.
Yeah, they did, and maybe like I said, maybe their comebacks might be different this time. Maybe they will not pick the Argos like last game, I guess. And they also left the what's it called, the Lapo. So PUD got the Lapo too as well. So things might be different.
Yeah, I do agree with you though. Things might be different. You are saying Grok too, banned. Of course, you want to ban a Grok. This is not even like guys. See, let me give you guys tips. See, when you enter rank match, even if your opponent did not ban the Grok, you use your own hand and ban the Grok because if you know what Grok can do to you, especially an experienced Grok, not I'm not talking about.
Especially the parts, I think they kind of like they readjusted Grok, and they enhanced his S1. Like he really does a lot.
Yep.
Grok really, really, really does a lot. To be honest, if you're entering any rank, if you're playing any rank match, please, guys, ban Grok and ban Mino, because those two roles. Oh my god.
Yeah. The SCs they've been adjusted recently, but we are seeing a Harriet pick on Sekki. Now that's interesting. That's a very interesting pick there. And Legacy going for an Esmeralda. Wow. CRI are really going in. Wow, such ingenuity here. I am seeing a yeah, and Esmeralda into a Harris is quite wise if you think about it, because Harris generates shield. Esmeralda can absorb that, but in theory. But now let's see how it goes. We are seeing SuperKenn lock down the Hylos for Lancer. They're gonna switch, by the way, and Kamas B going for the Joy. Hmm. This is a this is a pick I wouldn't want to go for because there is a lot of mobility heroes here. It might be pretty difficult to keep up, but Joy is pretty mobile on our end. But no, switches down to the Nolan, maybe a Julian, a bit indecisive here for Karma's Bay, but she's gonna have to settle for something eventually, as that might be the Joy she will go for. Because I mean, what better in this situation? We're gonna also consider your experience with the hero, not just the aesthetics on the hero skin.
Yeah, it is indeed. It just depends, cause CRI has heroes that has lot of CC, so we are not sure, and she picks the Joy.
Yeah, she picks the Joy. And that's gonna conclude the draft. I feel like I say just me, Bambi, but I feel like the draft of ZT, I'm kind of inclining towards theirs more. Because if you think about it, they've got very nice CC there. They've got immobilized on the Xavier, they've got stuns on Seek, they've got even more taunts on Zayn, they've also got slows on Sekki, and they've got damage on
More stones on Xavier, yeah.
yeah, I feel like they've got more CC than CRI. If they really execute it well, CRI's got damage, that's for sure. The Cushion Shadow Blade Slaughter, there's a lot of damage in that. The Lapus Raging Slash, a shit ton of damage. The Fella's Airstrike from Fasa, and also, of course, the Hyalo's Ring of Punishment continuous damage. There's a lot of damage there. CRI going for the Burst draft, and ZT going for the CC draft. But the big question is, has ZT learned from their mistakes, or will they close the curtain for us here?
Yeah, that's so. Let's just hope that they're going CC for CC this time. So let's see which CC is stronger, I guess.
Yeah, I do love that skin that Legacy has there, though. Esmeralda, the Fosia. I've always wanted to get that skin, but the skin doesn't even come these days. The events barely even comes these days. Well, then that's gonna be game two, guys. Of course, it is the Mhpl day one, CRI versus ZT game two. If you're just joining us, CRI won game one. It was a pretty impressive game, and of course, you can always go back in the stream to rewatch that. But let's just zoom out of the map a little bit, production, if you will. Thank you. And of course, shout out to production stack in the back, doing all the heavy lifting, the quality of the stream, the polls, and of course, the stream audio quality. That's all on stack. And of course, thank you very much for your help and your contribution. We do appreciate it here. Shout out to the casters, myself and Bambi, for bringing to you the live commentary of the games. And shout out to the players of ZT. Shout out to you guys on the stream. This is tier 2 streams. Tier 1 games are going to happen soon. After this one, you can see Lancer spamming the recourse. That's going to signal on a pause from the ref. Light gets it in, and that's 3 minutes pause. I'm going to be engaging comments, Bambi, while we wait. And I am seeing some very interesting comments here. Someone says, no one can bust Esme Hylos till late game. What do you think about that? Bambi, I'm going to reiterate what I just said. I just saw a comment now. Someone says, no one can bust Esmeralda and Hylos until the late game. What do you think about that?
Oh, you mean no one can bust
Yeah.
Esme and Milo still did? It depends. Like if Joy, I still do not know, but like I said, Joy she's going to be like everywhere, and it also depends because Hylos also has that CC for him to be able to like immobilize Joy while she's ulting. So it also depends. Joy can do that, and Harry too also has like high butt damage, so you can also um do that as well. So I guess
Mm,
it's
I am
possible.
seeing another comment here. Okay. I think I lost it. I think I lost some connection there. Yeah, apologies, guys. I lost connection there. MTN has started touching me as well, Bambi. Can you imagine? But yeah, we are back, and yeah, it's been a very interesting time, and yeah. I can see 33 people in the chat in the stream. Wow, that's a lot of numbers. And someone says Joy can barely do anything here. Nami only one Zayn. Let's see if Joy can do something. Someone says Joy needs at least 3 items. Harith as well. Someone says Joy isn't even good here. Joy needs time to. Wow, a lot of people are really talking about this Joy pick. There's a lot of heat on this Joy pick, Bambi. What do you think about the Joy pick?
Yeah, like I said, they would really immobilize her a lot. They would really immobilize Joy a lot. So it just depends on how she plays. Like they said, Joy has to be very, very good for her to be able to like dance through the ult and probably just run away from there if it's possible. So
Mm-hmm.
for now, I just think that
Mm. I gotta agree with you there, Bambi. I gotta agree with you there because it's not actually easy to pull it off. Okay, okay. Waiting for the 3 minutes to run out, and we get the on pause from the ref, and that is 3 minutes, guys. The match will resume soon, and that's us getting back into it. We do have. I gotta zoom in my map here, though. Excuse me, guys. Let me just zoom in my map here real quick. Okay. All right. So we are seeing the other side up top. Okay, Sekki against Legacy on the EXP lane. It's an Harriet gold lane, rather. And Harriet's gold lane. Mind you, they don't have marksmen here. They they don't have marksmen. They don't have marksmen on either team. That is interesting. Okay. Mobilization. Okay, maybe a first blood. Yes, it is. Zayn, he gets the first blood, and Sekki are off to a great start here. But then CT might be preparing something here. Maybe a glorious pathway soon. But then he doesn't have that glorious pathway yet. Lancer's gonna have to wait for 2 more levels to get that glorious pathway. But down bottom on the EXP lane. But then, back to the top lane. Lancer might be getting a bit confident here. SuperKenn already on level 4. The man is waiting for a time. There's gonna be the electrifying beats coming up from Canvas Bay as they will go in again. And no, they can't. CRI has to pull back. Lancer is low. Immobilization with the Mystic Field and the Infinite Extension. CRI, they pull back. And that's them being chased back. They know that neutral objective is worth more than that gank up top. But SuperKenn already going down. There's the shadow sword spike onto the turret, onto the turtle rather. He will start it out there. Lancer coming in to support. Be good, connecting us. I don't run Wolf King. That's the turn, touching him up. And that's man. I'm offended, but Kamas Bay fight it first. Pog, he will steal the turtle. No, Kamas Bay. She is low, but she gets away with the rhythm of joy. And the divine light to zone him out. Ray is going to try what he can. Sekki chasing down SuperKenn. But the Shadow Blade Slaughter retracted back inwards as they will pull back. Crimson Era, they have the kill advantage, but they did lose that turtle, Bambi.
yes, they did. I feel that first of all, Harriet is a mage marksman. Yeah, so they do have a marksman. Harriet is also an MM. He's also a marksman. So they do have a marksman against Esmeralda. Um, I also feel right here now that CRI should not really engage in fights Balearic has Balearic has been a very big issue for them at this point because it seemed to stop their mobility. So like they need to be careful and they need to farm and for them to.
Mm-hmm. I do agree with that. They need to farm to join team fights there. But we are seeing Sekki though and Zayn just keeping that distance here. And then just waiting. SuperKenn looking for the perfect opportunity there to use that incandescent. But then Gross Pathway signals the initiation. Lancer, he will frontline it. No, can't do. SuperKenn is only interested in gold crab and now rotates downward. Meanwhile, Kamas Bay farming the creep up there. And of course, Ray coming in to support Balanza is still interested for this turtle that spawns in 10. They know how to keep their surroundings. They have lost the first turtle. They can't lose this one. Mistake cannot happen twice. And now Sekki is coming in to support. Kama's been waiting for the right moment. But then Sekki comes in, walks up, be good. That's the better back there. Trying to zone them out. But the Raging Slash ball comes in. That's the try out for the response. That's going to be the stunt and it turns and more can do. As Raging Slash will run out with CRI. They find it. And Paul finds a double. Legacy finds another. It's 3 for none and a pullback from the other side. And Sekki will give up on this turtle for CRI. But no, close one at that. But no cigar for Ray. SuperKenn to the rescue with that retribution on that turtle. CRI will finally get one objective in.
Yeah, for sure. I also think here right now that Beleric altered too early and their team was not able to follow up. So I guess that's what led to most of them dying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think there's an engagement down bottom lane.
There is for sure. That's gonna be the lunch shaker. Pork again with the Raging Slash. And he takes him down, but we can see on the mid lane Karma's Bay retracting and going back to farm that orange buff. And ZT, they have started out well. But then what is going on is going to be the big question to ask them, because right now it looked like they had that lead. But CRI have taken back the gold lead now. 2K gold lead between the two of them. And now the kill lead. CRI, they are taking the game back into control. Legacy now, Falling Star Moon, maybe into the other direction. But no, the man doesn't even use it yet. He's just holding out. And just holding out. Better strike though onto Ray. And you can see SuperKenn. What the hell? SuperKenn. He crosses the waves, but no can do. Electrifying beat. Karma Bay punishes him, but now Raging Slash with home defender. Now with the rhythm of joy for the outplay. And Park is left with Zayn to run him out, but no can do on his end as well. Zayn will escape the boys of ZT. What the hell? They make it work, but Sekki will be the one caught. Legacy now trying to make sure they get it in, trying to farm this minion waves and take advantage of Sekki's absence on the gold lane to take that tier 1 down. That total almost out, but then you can see CRI just putting all the effort into this tier 1 to make sure they take it down. Trace, I won't matter more. Divine Lights now. Legacy with Falling Star Moon dives into the back, into the minion waves. Now saying he's gonna have to zone him out. Now Paul comes in to rescue him. Okay, previous fighter, but that might not be a wise move though. The turtle has spawned. As an EXP, you need to prioritize objectives in situations like this. But we are seeing down bottom, we are seeing Karma's Bay forsaking that turtle and going for a push on the tier 2. We have seen this kind of macro before from ZT. They will ignore a team fight and go for a push. That's an interesting gameplay, Bambi.
Yeah, it really is. You know, sometimes when you see or you already know that you cannot win a team fight, the best thing for you to is like, at least push the turret, because it helps, super minions and all. It really helps. And I'm pretty sure this would really help them in trying to like farm and everything.
I gotta agree with you there. I mean, if Fisayo was here, he would say Winions. Yeah, he would call them Winions. Then the man is not here. Now I'm missing him though, because he would have given some very interesting plays here. He would have given some very interesting statements as well.
We miss you, Fisayo.
Yeah, Fisayo, if you're in the chat right now and you are hearing us, we do miss you. And hopefully you will be back in the Mhpl by next year. But then we are waiting for the timer to run out. 1 minute and 47 seconds there for us to restart. But I will be engaged in the comments. And I've seen some very interesting comments here. Someone says, Gusha never touched you before. Okay, I gotta laugh at that one. Well then someone says they lose early, Crimson era snowballs. Someone says, I actually like ZT's macro. Honestly, I cannot do as well. I gotta come out and say I don't actually do picky stuff, but when I see something good, I like to point it out, because ZT understands something well. You want the first objective, You lost the second, you lost the third. You saw that you was being zoned out, and you also saw that okay, there is a jungler that is pretty vulnerable to CC. And then you now, okay, since we can't take this turtle, what can we do during that time period that they are concentrated on that turtle? Push. That's what we can do. Push. And that's exactly what they did. They pushed. And now we are seeing Kamas Bay pushing down bottom the EX playing tier 2. That's a wise decision for ZT. But then can he win the game for them? That's the big question. It's not about the fight, it's about who wins the war, Bambi. All right, and that comment. Someone says someone is underestimating Joy. Okay, I gotta come out and say that one. Kamas B actually doing really well with that. Kamas B is actually doing very, very well with that. With that Joy, I gotta compliment her. Someone says Harriet really shouldn't be joining this early. I can't really remember where exactly you're referring to or when exactly you're referring to. So someone says legacy all the way. Someone says the Joy is meant to be a good asset for ZT. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, the Joy is meant to be an asset. Actually, she's meant to be an asset as a jungler. You are an asset to your team because you've got that retribution aside there. You also have other things there. But then we are seeing the jungle here, Zayn trying, but what can he can't. No, SuperKenn with the retribution, and that's Glorious Pathway again. Lancer signals the engagement, and that's gonna be now Pog jumps in with the previous fighter. Landshaker there onto one, Raging Slash again. That's gonna be Seek just taking all the hits with Zayn as well. Divine Light comes out, and that's gonna be Landshaker onto two. Pog might be in a dangerous position, gets immobilized with the Mystic Field, but that's gonna be a defensive move from ZT and CRI as both teams pull back and prepare for the wave clear. ZT, the fruits of their efforts are starting to pay because we are now seeing the minion waves approach in their favor, and CRI are stuck with clearing the waves. But still, they do have that gold lead, though. I gotta point that out. They do have that gold lead. Okay, so now we are seeing CRI now trying to clear the waves, and yeah, things are looking good right now. That's one of the benefits of having the wave advantage, Bambi.
Yeah, minions, as Visaya calls it. Like, if you know what you are doing and if you see that you cannot win team fights, the best thing you do is push. And you minions that can actually do what they're supposed to do eventually.
They can actually do it, but then we are seeing Sekki take advantage of the absence of legacy on the gold lane and just trying to clear that tier 1, but he can't. Pog is in a dangerous one, though. The man has been doing well, 4-0-1 on that Lapu. Things are looking good for the man, but then he has to be very careful, though. A Lapu can easily fall off in the late games if you don't engage well, but then up top, Legacy trying to clear the waves, and it looks like CRI are trying to sink the lanes here in expectations of this Lord that spawns in 15. They are waiting for it. You can tell SuperKenn doesn't want to make any risky moves, just sticking with Pog here, but he got much. For 10 seconds on that Lord, his SuperKenn is already there. No whereabouts of Karma's Bay around this Lord. Lancer already doing his job, zoning out ZT from this Lord. SuperKenn trying to melt out this one last crit. One gold can't hurt before we start out the main Lord dance. But Zeke's already here, and now Pog might go for him, though. Might go for him. But no, restraints can't do. He needs that previous fighter for when fight actually break up. But we are seeing Karma's Bay up top. ZT are doing their macro again, taking down tier 1. But then Legacy's already there. Meanwhile, the Lord dance still starting out. Zayn being zoned out, the base almost taken down, and that's gonna be tier 1 falling, and Karma's Bay pulls that again. Karma's Bay, she gets away with a rhythm of joy, but up top she is getting poked and peeled by Legacy as he shuts her down. Now the mid lane, they have lost that Lord, and ZT, a threat for a Lord. Was that a worthy trade, Bambi? A threat for a Lord. I do hope that was worth it on the side of ZT. A jungler forsaken, but then Sekki is doing a lot of HP, though. It's gonna have to let him go. Just focus on clearing the ways. But we are seeing the Lord now approaching. Legacy finds Sekki even with the Zaman Force. Wow, I think this is gonna be it, guys. I think this is it for the game 2. But meanwhile, on the mid lane there, we said, oh, Lancer falls, and Zayn picks him down. Meanwhile, Pog now Landshaker connected to 1. That's gonna be him trying to get a smooth business attack as he can, but no, wing by wing to get away from the electrifying beat. The Karma's Bay cannot chase. Meanwhile, Zeke versus Legacy. They have battling it out. Regen versus Regen. Be good versus this Falling Star Moon. Dives in. It's a 1v3 for Seek. He's holding his lane as he won't prevent them from taking tier 2 as the Lord approaches from the EXP lane. And now that Thrust Lord is melted down. Sekki with a defense on this lane as they will try for more now. Kamas B, Legacy's gonna have to be careful. Those are man force already down. And of course, Kamas B looking for a perfect chance. He has that electrifying beat. Gonna have to go for it soon. But we are seeing Seek defend the tier 2 of the mid lane with everything he's got. And maybe working for him here. Zayn coming out. My fool. Fully Star Moon dives in onto the back. Oh, Wrath of Triad onto the back. Electrifying beats, but the gross path for the engagement. As back and forth, CRI now goes in, dives in, and Seek shuts down Pork. Seek the cornerstone right now for what might be ZT's comeback as they will engage now. Legacy in a dangerous position. That cannot be good. They might have to go back now. CRI might have to go back, but Seek goes in back now. Maybe I'm offended and be good. Stuns him up, tattoo down. Seek cannot defend that anymore. Nino takes down the turret. The minion waves are pushing against them. ZT can't hold down the objective. How much can they hold down the turret? But then Legacy dives in. There is pressure, all right. On all lanes, 40 seconds until that second Lord, and a defense once more from ZT. Wow. Wow, ZT really defended. They really did, Bambi.
Yeah, they really did. I think with the help of Ruby, they were able to hold out on their own.
Mm.
Yeah, so I really need to give all the kudos to Ruby. She really did well.
Mm-hmm. He really did well, and for some reason, SuperKenn only has 2 kills. I mean, you would think with his Gushon, right? You're very flexible. Ray could be easy target or Kamas be, but no, the man is just playing it passive. But then in situations like this, kills are not really what matters. The win is what matters. But then Kamas B now dives in with a rhythm of joy. Fully Starman will miss. That's only a 4. Kamas B might not want to go for this. You would think that ZT will pull out their macro play here and try to push at least one lane. Divine Light comes up, but will miss. And a little bit too early at that, but that's going to be SuperKenn now with Retribution. Secures the load for CRI. That will be another siege. That's a boom. Might want to go for a pause here, ref. Yeah, that's the pause. I also need the break on my end because thank you very much, ZT. I needed that break. But then, comments now. Someone says, Lord, if this guy is Sabi use Ruby, the way for they drag them inside turret will be small. Honestly, the I'm offended flicker thing is real. I have seen it. I have been a victim of it before myself, but still, Crimson Era, they are met with more of a challenge in game 2 than game 1, and I would say that, Bambi.
Yeah. So I really think Gushan was trying to play it safe due to the fact that Beleric was there, so he didn't want to be caught up in his ult, so the team would like follow up. And I also think right now that Beleric is ulting too early. His team
Okay.
is not able to follow up. Yeah, he's ulting too early, and his team is not able to follow up on time. So I think that's the reason, or that's one of the reasons why they are having some kind of like issues in team fights, and also which is making them not to engage as much as they're supposed to. And I also need to commend Joy, even if it seemed like it wasn't really a good pick. She really did some really good jungle out there with the Joy. I was expecting her to like um feed with it because a lot of CC and everything, but apparently she did really really good. She really did well with the Joy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, she really did well with the joy, and yeah, that's 3 pauses now in one game alone. Wow, that's a lot of pauses for a
Yeah,
single.
for real. The net is really doing a lot. It's
Yeah.
really doing a lot to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Can't even fault anyone for that. Personally, I am collecting my own fair share here, but MTN is one for enemy I have fought for a very long time now. So we're gonna have to wait for just 50 more seconds until we get straight into it. I'm glad the ref is very active for this one, and he gets them that pause whenever they demand for it. That's very, very good. Kudos to Light. Of course, shout out to the man in the back, just spectating and waiting for the time to do his duty. But someone says here in the comments, someone says Lancer Shana bully all these bot teams. Oh, these comments, man. These comments are very interesting set of comments. But 15 seconds. I've got time to recuperate and just relax while the timer runs out, because I think I've engaged the comments here because there's no newer comments and we are losing stream numbers, but hopefully they will come back when the game starts again. But 27 seconds, we are back. 5 more seconds until the game starts, so we can know where this ends. This is 10-11. The second game is supposed to have started by now, but well, hasn't started, so they're gonna have to make sure they make the most of it, because this might just run into midnight here. But Zayn now, okay, getting poked by Legacy. Legacy might get a big overconfident here. 1v4, 1v5, maybe not really a good and a wise decision to make. But then he's gonna have to wait for that Lord to start. We are seeing Pork down bottom, clearing the way for the Lord to approach top bottom. And as well, okay, Sekki might be up to something here. The man is diving in. Maybe a 2-man, I'm offended, maybe 3. But Sekki was the cornerstone in their defense the last time, but it looks like ZT might still have them to say. But that Lord has now thrusted into their inhibitors. 1 inhibitor down. ZT trying to push the remaining 2 before that Lord is melted. But Sekki now might come in handy. Okay, fully stamina to the back. That's Wrath of Dryad now onto 2. Paradise right now. There's some magic damage in. That's a glorious pathway defensively from Lancer. The stun comes through. Zayn has to pull out now. That's going to be the need for a marksman is where we see. But then into the dive, Pog looking for a chance for that previous fighter here, but he does not find it. Electrifying 3 onto the minion waves. Karma's Bay will clear it out. When it's Samun onto the minions. And Legacy will take a lot of turret shots here. Ray by Submission Lantern for those melts. Pog is a disaster when he meets him forehand. But then another successful defense on ZT. And I think this is the time where we start to get concerned. Because now another successful defense from ZT. And man, you would have expected them to engage or end things by now. But Zayn, in the midst of 3, I don't know what exactly he's doing. Turns 3 up and no follow-up on Zayn. What is going on? Shut up and slaughter! SuperKenn! He finds the kill, of course he does. Sekki shuts down Legacy. Yeah, I think that's well deserved, because a bit of an overextension there and he gets punished. That's exactly what happens in situations like this. But then CRI Squad holding position now. Sekki incandescence to get away. The man knows what Sekki can do, and he does not want to find out in person or by experience, as that will be 40 seconds now left for that Lord. So if he had died there, that wouldn't have been wise on his end. But then, we are seeing Lancer on the minion waves, just trying to clear things here. SuperKenn, Lancer on the minion waves, clearing it out, taking advantage of the ring of punishment. Zed still defending. I'm actually quite impressed that they have defended this long, Bambi. I'm actually quite impressed, really, because 8 seconds onto that Lord, and I'm pretty sure CRI wants to make the most of this one. Lancer and SuperKenn can have to be careful. Shadow Blade Slaughter, maybe a sword spike, maybe to follow up. But no, SuperKenn, he prioritizes the Lord instead, like he should as a jungler. That's 2-man. Don't run Wolf King. Sekki still prioritizing more. Then, that's the stone with Feather Strike that comes in. Zayn taking a lot of damage. 3-man turns the Wrath of Trial and Divine Light comes through. That's one down. SuperKenn with a killing spree. Leaves the Lord for Karma's Pride, shuts him down. Now it's gonna be the Reggie Slash. Down Shaker. Reggie Slash already used Borg, trying to melt them down, but then CRI trying to push them. Now Sekki, low on HP. The shields are remaining, but then we'll get taken down. Legacy finds the kill. CRI might be going for the wipeouts. They might be going for the wipeouts. Borg, Legacy, Lancer, Nino. The last man standing of CRI to 1-for-2 trade. They've got the minion waves to end. They might just be pushing for it here. And then Sekki walks up. That's 2-man, maybe 3. Might be looking for an I'm offended here. That's going to be 1 only onto Lancer. Now Karma. That's Leone Crystal. Might be back diving. Maybe a Rhythm of Joy. Yes, it is. Legacy. That's the glorious pathway defensively. But Sekki is not done. He is engaging them. Maybe a 3-man. But not just onto Pog, and that's another defense. But Sekki is not done. Sekki is still pushing this thing and really going in there. SuperKenn is back, though. He's gonna have to be very careful of that magic damage. It's a 5v5, and the Lord's still there, not taken yet. They're gonna have to start that Lord dance all over again. and Crimson Era might have to prioritize this over a white pass, but then Seek might be going for 10. Maybe Wrath of Triad soon. Further strike already committed. No Refi Slash, of course, comes out as the Wrath of Triad. 1, 2, 3, and then, oh my God! Karma's Bay with the rhythm of joy and electrifying feet. As that's gonna be one man down. Make that 2. SuperKenn. Crimson Era's response. They go for a white pass, but no can do. 2 members are enough, and ZT will pull back and settle for a defense in this one. Then Karma's Bay might be going for something here. Electrifying beat onto SuperKenn. Yes! Karma's Bay dives in, but that might come as a punishment. Karma's Bay trying to get away, but no. No will be the answer, as they will not be able to get away from that. And now the Lord almost melted down. No junglers on both ends. Divine Light will miss. No contest whatsoever. Sekki might be coming in here. Maybe might be the answer. The Harriet might be the answer. But no, it isn't. Lancer will take the Lord for himself. But then losing a lot of HP. Then the first comes in. And yes, it's Solo's legacy on the Zaman Force. And now goes back into the base. 2 man down, 2 for 1, a Lord for none. It's gonna be the situation here. Fair trade for Crimson Era, if you ask me. They did get that Lord, but ZT's macro will speak for them. As now Nino is gonna have to go for that meltdown on the top lane. Gonna have to go for that wave clear, rather, on the top lane. But so far, on the mid lane, we are seeing Seek hold things down and really trying to prevent these minions from even getting close. Oh, maybe Wrath of Triad soon. They say in the midst of both, maybe, but then Ray isn't close by. This is where when you have a MM, it will really come in handy here. Divine Light already through there, dealing a lot of damage. And he already has that Wishing Lantern. You can tell Sekki's trying to melt down that Lord as much as he can, but with the way Seek is trying to buy time here, Shadow Blade Slaughter already out. Maybe a second one. Lancer might be waiting for a chance, but he stuns their Pog already way ahead of Lancer. Electrifying beats onto one, ready to slice defensively. That's going to be the Lord trying to melt down. And of course, Lancer versus Zayn. They didn't damage onto each other. Pog taking a lot of damage. Divine Light comes out. The Lord is almost better down. And that's going to be Shadow Blade Slaughter with the sword spike. The SuperKenn not able to take anyone down. Sekki melts down the Lord, but at the cost of Sekki. As Crimson Era, they are low. Legacy is there to tank the damage for them, but then Seek is out there to try to melt them down. Electrifying Beast comes out from Karma's Bay to try to melt them down for this fact, but then able to get away with a rhythm of joy. 2 man, I'm offended. Seek is making rounds as that's going to be the Rubies healing versus Pog and Legacy. But can they get away? Seek is trying to catch up with Pog. You can't escape. Jungle Warrior defensively. I'm offended. Brings them back and the Raptor Triad with the Divine Light. Legacy will get away, but Pog does not. And now maybe Zayn is the next to the chopping block. Fernandez comes out. Now that you find Beast, Karma's Bay gets into the fray as they will be taking down Legacy solos. Karma's Bay. And now, the rest of the way, that's a defensive one. Lancer would have to pull back now. Crimson Era has lost a member in a successful defense from ZT. Might go for a game 3 for SuperKenn with the shot slaughter there. Finds one. So Spike, SuperKenn is low. The base almost down, and no! SuperKenn falls just before the Lord spawns. And now Crimson Era doesn't have a jungler to contest for a retribution there. That cannot be good. That cannot be good. That was not a very good move for SuperKenn. That was too close. But now ZT going for the macro first rather than going for the Lord. We're already seeing CRI already around that Lord there. They don't have a jungler though, but still they are around the Lord. I gotta give props to them though. Pog now coming there. Zayn's the only one there. Maybe far from his teammates taking a lot of damage. Tono, okay, that's a lot of damage there. Pog now. Maybe Landshaker, yes it is. Raging Slash now comes out. That's gonna be too much damage for the Belric to tank as they will come through. Now they might be going for Nurse. Maybe a wipe out now. Landshaker onto 2. Sekki getting melted down. And the Divine Beast from Karma's Bay comes in, giving Sekki a chance to escape, but Divine Light comes out. And Lancer loses the immortality now. Pog finds Sekki in the back. That's gonna be 3. Lancer trying to get away. Seek pushing him down. The flicker there with a big hood, and they don't run Wolf King with a Landshaker to stop Seek and chase him back from the aroma. Lancer will be saved for Karma's Bay, looking for more here onto Pog and looking for that electrifying beats, which he will have Then Legend Slash again. Borg now with Land Shaker with a flicker. No way out. And to Ray in the back. And yes, he finds another. Now with the basic attack. Now Land Shaker again trying to deal some more damage to the homeland defender. Sekki slow. 2-man only make that 3. Gets away for the defender. Like, can he get back into safety? Shadow-based slaughter is not enough. Camus Bay finds SuperKenn again. That's 3 for 1. Sekki. They still have it in the bag, and that jungler is down on CRI. Now a retribution advantage, a macro advantage. Sekki, now is the time to push in your advantage. Now is the time to get this Lord and finally go for a game. No, there's not actually game 3 because it's going to be a draw if they actually win. It's a best of 2, unfortunately. But then they have gone for that immortality there, Lancer. We'll buy back the mortality. Puck is back. You can see Zeti finally contesting for this Lord here. They're going to have to go for it too because now there's no better time than ever. SuperKenn is down. No retribution advantage. If they're gonna do the Lord dance, they're not going to do it again anymore. Then Lord, the gold gap is no longer 5. Just a 1k gold lead compared to a 2k gold lead. Sekki already put himself out there. 2-man. That's the fella that's striking out. Oh, come on, Spain. Nino. We'll find the first and check out to 2. And Crimson Era finding more members there. I'm afraid that boost 2. Gross path away. They're slowing them down. 3-man land Jacob on Borg and he finds another. Sekki falls. That's Borg finding another. That's going to be more down and one more will fall. Zayn, immortality already committed there. Take it down. Zayn will fall. And that's 2 more left. Crimson Era, they continue the onslaught. Seek! If we pulls 2, we have offended, forcing Lancer and Borg to go back. Seek is not done. Lancer will not fall. Trying to escape, but Seek not enough range to get at him there. Then Flickers in. That's gonna be 1, but Lancer still able to get away with the glorious pathway, and CRI are trying to force in their advantage to end the game. They've got the minions, they've got the numbers to end this game, and CRI are there. The minion waves are down, the minion waves are out, but new ones are coming through. Seek is also coming through to defend. On out, Fernandez strike comes out to zone up, but Crimson Era, they're trying to melt the base. Yes, they do. They melt the base, but no, what is going on? Yes, they do. To melt the base. Jeez. Crimson Era. What the hell? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Oh. GG's, guys. GG's. Crimson Era 2-0. ZT actually tried in the second year. I gotta give props to them. They tried. Let me get my charger, guys. 1 sec. Then 40 DQ. 5 minutes to DQ. Black matter. I only watch it now. They released them in mid-season. Oh, they've added the guy.
Welcome to Grok's Castle, tiny friend.
All right, guys. It's game two, and yeah, the main event for tonight that you've all been waiting for. It's Fluffy versus El Cartels, and I'm really looking forward to this one because these are tier one teams. And if you don't know, the price pool for tier one MHPL is much higher than tier two. So these teams actually have more at stake. And since it's tier two, the players are not your average ranked bodies. The players are actually players
Come
that
on,
have
Dexter. It's our
done things
showtime.
big before in the professional scene. You have the El Cartels, our official representation of the country players. And when it comes to MLB, we've seen they have represented us before in professional tournaments. You also have Fluffy, a tier 1 team with players that are not your usual rank buddies. You have Holy Crystal, the one player that has achieved 300 stars in Mobile Legends before. How many people has actually achieved 300 stars here? You know, so yeah, know your usual rank buddies. Then shout out to Fluffy, shout out to your Cartel, both tier 1 teams clashing together in day 1 of Mhpl tier 1. This is cinema. This is cinema. I want to see this go down. Yeah. Someone says all this name looks familiar, but Fluffy in a new squad. I don't think they are. I don't think they are new squad. I don't think they're new because I definitely recognize some of the players here, like Super Saiyan. I recognize Big Face as well. I recognize Pula. Pula did contest in the Mage 1v1 tournament. And then we are seeing a band here. Actually, the bands. Of course, there's a Grok band that goes unsaid. There's also a Cloud ban and a CC ban. That's understandable. You don't really want that much mobility. And I think Karma's Bay might have incentivized this Joy ban. Yeah, I think they might have catalyzed this Joy ban actually, because it was really good with the Joy. And we also seen Lunox as well being banned. And then Yijong being banned. That's definitely for Sky Guy. Sky Guy is definitely getting banned here because you really want to limit the amount of EXP heroes he can play. But Void Hacker, being the leader of El Cartels, has locked down that Gato. Okay, that's a good pick. We didn't get to see that pick the last time because honestly, they didn't want to let Lancer use the Gato. That's understandable because it is his main. But then Big Face now. Ooh, okay. I'm liking this actually. Ooh. I'm actually liking this. A Sicilian is a good pick, but Nina Spooky going for Lee Sun Shin early. An early jungler. I don't really know how to feel about that though, because usually in professional teams, they usually don't go for the jungler this early. But then, hey, if you want to, I can understand. Lee Sun Shin is quite a hot pick in Nigerian servers these days, thanks to the adjustment they did make in the patch notes. But Sky Guy and Defiant gonna have to go for something here. Sky Guy, he has options. Want to go for that Alice? I do love that skin, by the way. That skin is pretty rare. And that's thanks to the tournament lobby, of course. He can use skins that are usually not common and use them for free. That's one of the perks of being the tournament lobby here. But Defiant might have to go for something different. But Sky Guy here, considering another faster works. You've got long range, you've got mobility, you can easily rotate with wing by wings. And Sky Guy goes for that Alice. That's a very interesting pick there. And Sentinel and Conquest, last 2 members for your Cartel to make their picks. Super Saiyan, I don't really know how to feel about a Balmond. Maybe a Paquito though. He's gonna have to think about it though. A Paquito can struggle sometimes. But no, a Hylos instead. He moves Faye Pula, and Pula will be the one roaming for Fluffy. Holy Crystal now, the one who seems to have a statement to prove today, will be going for his first ban here. Who will he ban? Will be the Frederick, okay? Faking that out of Conquest hands. And Sentinel now is going to have to go for a ban on his end as well. They're going to have to prevent a marksman here. Maybe an Irithel. An Irithel probably give a very good ban there. Super Saiyan, maybe an Irithel ban. There's no marksman yet. Maybe an Ixia ban. They have a Claude band too, so that's one marksman taken down. And they want to make sure they don't use that Claude there. But Super Saiyan, the man is contemplating. What should I ban? Maybe Ixia or Irithel. I feel like an Irithel would have been a very good ban on the side of Fluffy, because you don't want to do with an Irithel, especially in the late game. But a carry was what they went for. Wow. Well, still though, if you think about it, a carry works because Pula can be melted down with a carry. Nathan is what they went for your Cartel. No Irithel ban, so there might be an Irithel peak. Holy Crystal going for that Esmeralda. That's a good pick. We did see Legacy do well with that pick. Conquest, it seems like the Argos thing is starting to become a thing. You see what this player has done, Zeke has done with the Argos from Zero Tolerance. He has initiated and instigated the Argos picks. And now Conquest is contemplating on using the Argos as jungle, Argos jungle, because you already have an EXP laner, Sky Guy. Yeah, that doesn't work. It's definitely a Lance. Sentinel there with the Moskov. That's a good pick as well. I feel like Irithel will be better though, because Moskov might struggle when it comes to mobility from the Esmeralda. I feel like Retail will do well in terms of avoiding Esmeralda and really dealing damage from a safe distance. But Conquest now going for a Leomod here. Hayabusa was open, Ling was open. You could easily backdive the Sicilian with the Hayabusa, but still, I'm sure they're targeting other things. But yeah, Super Saiyan with the Padang power of Pegasus. Super Saiyan, no, he wants to go for a marksman here. He will need a marksman because that's what they need. I hope they don't make that mistake of not going for a marksman like they did last time with ZT and CRI. You can see the damage potential in the late game that was thrown away, but no marksman on the side of Fluffy. My goodness. El Cartel only have marksman. Super Saiyan went for a Lapo instead. No marksman. We both know that this is going to have some consequences, guys. We know this is going to have consequences. But yeah, let me know about what you think, guys. What do you think about the draft so far? Do you think El Cartel has the better draft, or do you think Fluffy has the better draft? Let me know in the comments. Okay, someone says Moskov is better than Irithel in this lineup. All right. Because someone says everybody just date each other for community. I saw Kamas B. Yeah, I don't know if that's new to you, but they have been together for a very long time now. And someone says Omo left Lancelot open. Honestly, they left Lancelot open, guys. But still, he did not pick that Lancelot though. Someone says DHS better than Crit against Fluffy team. Someone says Fluffy has the better draft. Now that's interesting. Well, personally, I would say I like the draft of El Cartels. I like the fact that they have the early game and the mid game advantage. I think where El Cartels will kind of fall is if I think where El Cartels will still Fluffy somehow they have the early game advantage, late game advantage, and they can still kind of make it work and compensate. Even the fact that they don't have a marksman, the Sicilian can give them a very good late game advantage here. So let me just zoom up my map real quick. 1 sec. All right, that's it. And we are seeing Pula now giving distance here. It's gonna have to give distance though, because you don't want to poke too hard with that high loose. You might get punished. Conquest does have his passive, the Oath Keeper, but now Pookie already starting out that creep, taking out the orange buff. That's one thing about the Sunshine. The Heavenly Vow is switch between the glaive and the bow. You can do some very nice damage, but that's an unbreakable early with the past time face. Now Pula taking a lot of damage there. It's gonna have to be careful with those early game rotations. You want to give vision, I get that, but then not at the cost of your HP. Samurai Claws onto the minion waves, big face will clear the waves out, and that's gonna be down bottom. We are seeing Holy Crystal pressure Void Hacker with the Moskov here. The man is trying his best to farm the minion waves from a safe distance, because in the early games, the Moskov does not have enough damage to take out the Esmeralda, the early and the mid. But Pookie almost on level 4 now. One more creep should do it, and yes, level 4 is in. But then we are seeing Sentinel taking a little bit of damage here. The man has to really hold it in and really be patient with those engagements. Void Hacker, no level 4 yet, but up top on the EXP lane, we are seeing Super Saiyan take some very interesting damage here. Excuse me, guys. I think I kind of lost for a sec here. Let me just adjust. Oh, first blood pull already. Okay, that's early. But then that's El Cartel, all right. No surprises there. Excuse me, guys. Let me just tune in my mic a little bit. Having some kind of MTN is starting to touch me small. Okay. Yep, we should be fine. Yeah, looks like a team fight's brewing up here. Okay, Sky Guy. Ooh, finds one Pookie for Super Saiyan, finds Conquest as well. That's 1 for 1. And that's Pookie for Conquest. And Jungler for a jungler, and an equal trade at that, but the turtle already taken. And I like the fact that both teams just know how to go for a particular target. These are tier 1 teams, right? They know what to go for. They know who to go for as well. But I want to believe that they will compensate for that the second time. El Cartels, they are representatives, so we expect high performances from them. Yeah. Conquest jungle, but then Super Saiyan already going for that ultimate, already used previous fighter there with the Raging Slash, and you are fighting a Alice. Don't forget, she can just regenerate everything you have given by. Yeah, that's why I don't like leaning into the Alice myself. She just, frustrates your damage there with that. But then Sky Guy, of course, showing his strength in the EXP lane against Super Saiyan. That's the Crimson Gleam. Doesn't follow that through. The Jungle Warrior defensively into the turret, but down bottom on the gold lane. Look at the kind of gank that is brewing there. Bad Fest now comes in. Of course, Traceless Heavenly Vow. Now Spear of Misery, not enough. Oh, Peace Walker to outplay a Void Hacker. He's still in this game, but bad impact contesting there. Big face puts him down. Meanwhile, Pookie will fall as well. It's a 1-for-1. Conquest now dives in with Phantom Speed and the Phantom Charge. But the Holy Crystal knows how to defend that tier 1 on the gold lane. Sentinel walks in as well. That's going to be the minion waves melted down. And on the other side, Big Face losing a lot of damage. The cost of Crow with the energy impact from Defiant dealing some damage onto him. He is low on HP and mana. He's going to have to go back now and hold things in line. Okay, Pula. So now Ring of Punishment for the Wings by Wings. Gets stunned in the air, but the flicker out to the Bad Fest by Big Face will not be enough. He's going to have to recall back to the base now and need HP for that total contest that has started now. Meanwhile, on the other side, Pookie starting out the fight here on the XP. Sky Guy taking a lot of damage there, but then Throne of Ruin dealing some damage there, even to survive. Sky Guy and find one to the Sentinel comes to his rescue there. Okay, Crimson Gleam to get away. He survives. Phantom Steed now. Sentinel, a Conquest will dive in. Not a wise decision. That's also still untaken yet. Conquest now is going to have to survive. Better than Spike comes out in. Sentinel will find Pula. Holy Crystal is low, but the old keeper from Conquest to find a kill. Big Face finds Sentinel as well. Landshaker from Super Saiyan now already slashed to find Conquest. Puts him down. Now gives an advantage to Fluffy in terms of retribution. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of Fluffy. Somehow they turned that team fight around in their favor, and now Pookie's got an uncontested total. Wow, that was actually pretty impressive. I gotta be honest with you guys. Fluffy, they started out the team fight not so great, right? And somehow they got Conquest, they got the better of him, and they somehow, oh, okay, Feather Strike comes out. That's an early engage there just after the turtle spawns. Gross pathway as well, but then they're trying to get away. But can they get away? Phantom Steed with the old keeper passive already tricked out before Hacker finds the kill first. That's gonna be another Swasian next on the chopping block, but Sky Guy doesn't want to follow that through. The man wants to just clear the lanes here. Defiant and Sky Guy on EX Plane, VP Face and Super Saiyan. It's a 2 versus 2, and Sentinel in the back, just waiting there with that unbreakable. Meanwhile, Void Hacker already taking out the tier 1 on the gold lane. That's a great start and an advantage of the marksman. And I think El Cartels are starting to really rub in that advantage that they have that Fluffy does not. I really want to see how they make the most of this Sicilian though. Big Face. Oh, Feather Strike comes out with the cost of Crow, but able to get away. And on the other side, on the gold lane, falling Star Moon onto Void Hacker, but the man is trying to get away. A Peace Walker defensively with Spear of Misery to get away. And Void Hacker survives to tell the tale there. Meanwhile, Sentinel comes to his rescue. The man has to be patient though. Farm is what matters in times like this. They have lost one turret. Fluffy, they don't have the push advantage. They don't have the wave advantage yet. They're gonna have to be more calculated with their moves. But meanwhile, Glorious Pathway comes in the Phantom Steed as well. Void Hacker dives in. No, Void Hacker. Meanwhile, Conquest, Big Face, Sentinel, no Mr. AOG. Void Hacker finds Big Face in the back. The SOD, Spear of Misery. Void Hacker fights a double onto Pookie, and the Falling Star Moon will put Conquest down from Holy Crystal. Now Void Hacker comes in to avenge Pula, who get away those Spear of Misery there. Peace Walker for the attack speed there. Again, still pursuing him. Holy Crystal might go down soon. Void Hacker once more chasing Holy Crystal down, but not able to take him down. 2-for-1 in favor of Fluffy again. I want to ask a question here. How does Fluffy keep making this team fight work? They start off not so great, and then they seem to make it work. But Sky Guy now, in the midst of 4, able to get away though. But Hacker starting out the turtle before Conquest catches up. But then Sky Guy taking a lot of damage here. That's not looking good. It's in the midst of 3. Man is trying to survive there with the Alice, but if anything can do, it's the Queen of Blood. She can survive it, but the turtle already been melted down here. Falling Stammer defensively. Okay, Glorious Pathway. They are trying to get out there. Throne of Ruin onto 4. That's a great Throne of Ruin. Conquest will find the turtle there, trying to get away. Now they have taken the objective. Now it's time to retreat. Sangman calls pulling back. The SOD will miss. Feather Strike. Cartel pushing the advantage. They're rubbing it in. Feather Strike dealing some damage. And Boyaka pushing the tier 1 onto the mid lane. Sangman cross onto 2. Which is Flash comes up from Super Saiyan. The land take a flicker onto the fire. He's trying to get away from the fire. He will shut him down. Energy impact. The fire puts him down. And no, that flicker and shaker was cool, but was not the move to make there. For Haka now trying to take down the tier 2 on the gold lane. But Holy Crystal is there to defend. That is not looking good for Fluffy. They are losing turrets. And now Void Hacker now is going to push them back. Oh, that's a great Abyss Walker. See the crit numbers on Void Hacker. First pathway, they're trying to get away. But can they? As Void Hacker finds one, Puller finds one. Okay, trying to get away now. Abyss Walker already completed Federal Strike as well. Trying to send them out. AOG onto the back. But that's not going to be a wise one. A Sentinel will fall. Holy Crystal puts him down. Void Hacker almost takes down the tier 2. They are losing turrets. El Cartel are showing dominance. Meanwhile, onto the back, Crimson Gleam, Sky Guy dives in, and the Queen of Blood is still dealing damage. Big Face losing HP, doing well to immobilize him. But Voidaka already pushes that one. Now, Falling Star on the back, Sky Guy, defensive Crimson Gleam to get away, but the man is still back in, trying to throw in the 4-man immobilization. As Fernando Strike will come in now, CC immunity, Voidaka outplays Super Saiyan, will find him, and no, Sangwan Claws, Sky Guy. El Cartels are really just standing at this point. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna just do this real quick. Let me just plug this in. Battery is down. Okay, let's plug this in to give myself more airtime here. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'm just. Okay, yep, I just had to block stuff in real quick, guys, for important situations like these. But then, oh, Conquest finds the Lord, and that's gonna be Pula getting taken out. Voidaka finds a double with the Moscow man. What is this? Spear of Mystery now onto the base, and that's gonna be an assist that's coming from Sentinel. Ooh, Voidaka doesn't find the kill, but spams the recall, and man, you can tell the man did not come to play. 7-1-3. That's gonna be a great KDA on the man. He does have it though. Now tier 2 melted down for Idaka. That's the benefit of the max mana. You can tell we are in the late games, and that max man that Fluffy does not have is starting to really affect them. It's starting to bite, because now Voidhaka is really showcasing the damage there, the crit numbers on the Moskov, and now waiting for that. Now, of course, the minion, the tier 2, the inhibitors, they are almost down. Sanguine Claws does not do much. They are losing out when it comes to DPS drop. Fluffy is starting to feel it. But then the Lord is pressuring up top. SOG comes out. Okay. Vodaka, the 3-man throw. And that's going to be Vodaka finding one. Fire and fight another 4 men down. And El Cartels are just going to take it home, as game 1 will go to them. Fluffy, well, it just wasn't meant to happen, man. That's game 1, guys. That's game 1. That's game 1. Wow. Yeah, DPS builds. That guy, that shred was insane. That shred was a guy, bro. Now, Voidhaka showing why he's the leader of El Cartel, and El Cartel showing why they are the representatives of the Nigerian scene. But then game 1 is in the bag, and let's see how game 2 goes, really. Let's see whether Fluffy will make a comeback. Let's see if they will answer for themselves and show why they are tier 1. Of course, we want to see more. We want to see that fight. But then this is going to be the last game for tonight that we will be playing, because it's a best of 2. Don't forget, there is no third game, so there is no best of 3. So, ref, if you will, please start again so we can get straight into the next game while I get some water for myself. But yeah, what do you guys think about that game, by the way? I will be engaging the comments. One sec. Okay, so someone says they are playing as if they have some better place to be. Yeah, you can tell tier 1s, no jokes. Someone says guy waiting with that shred. Yeah, of course now it's gonna happen. So the boy Haka is a beast. He is the captain of the NG representative team, so of course he's gonna deliver. He's gonna deliver, man. Someone says Moskov shredding heavens. Yeah, Moskov is insane, man. Moskov has a lot of damage. That spear of quiescence effect that can affect enemies in the back, that is also contributing to a lot of DPS on his end. So yeah, Fluffy definitely might be banning the Moskov this time around. They might be taking down that Moskov. And I can't blame them. I can't blame them if they do, because the Moskov was a pain. The Moskov was a cornerstone in Cartel's winning. So you want to make sure that they don't. And also this time around, please carry an actual MM. Please carry an actual MM. You guys did not have MM, and that's one of the things that actually like dropped your DPS in the late games. So I do hope they come with an MM. That's gonna help them a lot. But yeah, let's get straight into this next game. Waiting for the ref to start so we can get straight into it. That's all. Let me invite Bambi here real quick so that she can join the game. All right. So please start so we can get straight into it, guys. It's gonna be the final game for tonight. It's gonna be the final game for tonight. We are waiting for the ref to start. Ref, please start. All right, ref, please start. All right, he said. Ref said Shim. Jesus, I gotta screenshot this. I couldn't screenshot it. Oh, low effort, guy. Oh, sorry guys. That was actually quite funny. I saw something right now and I had to laugh at it. But then for some people on the stream, I am seeing enthusiasm when it comes to T1 games here. Yeah, well done guys. Welcome to the stream. If you are just joining us, you have missed game one. El Cartels took the game. Of course, it was a very fast game. They made sure this game is not gonna enter midnight, but this is already 11:02. So you guys should actually be in bed. I should be in bed. But I still have to catch up on Gachakuta. I need to finish that anime. That anime is really good. If you haven't watched Gachakuta, you need to go and watch it. And then Grok banned, CC banned, Lunox banned. And it's just the same rinse and repeat bans of both of them. El Cartel's going for the same thing as Fluffy going for the same thing. No change in bans here. We did not see that dynamic when it comes to the teams here. And that's going to be something here. But as I always say, someone says his pool is too wide. His pool is wide. Moscow ban is nothing. Someone says now Black Matter babies. Yeah, Coded Carlos. Yeah, I am Black Matter. Welcome to the stream, Coded Carlos. And someone says no. I can see Jared here. Yeah, Jared, what's up? The CEO of Real Time. And I can also see some other comments here. Someone says just the best pick of bots. And Bank Lord says Gachakuta is fire. Honestly, guy. Gachakuta is fire, man. I can't even. I am literally hooked. Just today, I watched 8 episodes, guy. Me that I don't watch action anime that often. And action anime hardly catch my attention, but still, yeah. But then the first stage of the bans on both sides are complete. I can see the Grok ban there, the CC, the Xbox for the side of El Cartels. Alice banned, that's understandable because Sky Guy was a menace without Alice. I mean, 5-man Throne of Ruins, 4-man Throne of Ruins. The immobilization was there. But then I am also seeing Joy and Lunox being banned. That's interesting. Sky Guy there was going for the Jean. Okay. Well, he is an EXP name, and he did get to a certain point in time where, okay, yes, he's got a large pool, right? If you ban the Alice, he can always go for something else. If you ban the Alice and the Young, he'll just go for something else. But Pull out going for that Gato. No changes there. Big Face going for the... Oh, this time around, Big Face is going for the Fasa. That's a good pick, actually. No, will not be the Fasa. It will be the Eve. That's interesting. I gotta come out and say it. That is interesting, guys. Void Hacker, he's gonna have to go for a pick here. The marksman of his team, the leader of El Cartels, gonna have to go for something. They will not ban the Moskov. They did not ban the Moskov. The Moskov is open. Void Hacker can just repeat history, but will he though? He might want to. You don't want to come off as one trick. You don't want to come off as that one trick player that doesn't, that only plays one hero. A Lilia from Defiance. Now that's a rare pick. Okay. It works. Void Hacker now. He's only got 10 seconds to make his decision. He's gonna have to go for something here. Maybe a Moskov. Just repeat the Moskov. Or might be an AFK pick. Oh, Khalid moves Sentinel instead. And Sentinel will go for a Khalid roam. The Khalid roam is quite new. Excuse me, guys. Okay.
See value in me? You should.
All right. Sorry, guys. MTN is still touching me normally. Oh, yeah, I am back. The Khalid room is quite new. And I am seeing some comments here. Someone is saying they've never banned Moskov. Yeah. And someone says pro scene is more macro centered. Another person says better to counter than to ban. True. Very, very fair points there. All right, so Nina Spooky going for a Leomont. Leomont is a good pick, actually. Leomont is a very good pick. We did see Conquest use that pick, and he did pretty well with it. And now we are also seeing Holy Crystal. Oh, this is the bans. The Sunshin ban and the Fredrin ban. Conquest is going to have to go for a final ban here. Maybe an Erythel. I don't know why they don't want to ban the Erythel. Erythel can be quite a menace, too. But I do hope that Fluffy will go for a marksman this time around, because he really affected them last game. They have to go for a marksman this time around. But with Haka and Conquest now, what would be the ban? Claude. They're still banning the Claude. I genuinely don't see El Cartel's interest with the Claude ban, but they have banned Claude 2 times in a row now. And Holy Crystal now holding in line, holding in place. Gonna have to go for something better here. They've got marksman available. You've got the retail available. You've got the Moskov available. Hell, you could even steal that pick from Void Hacker. You could take it from him. Go for it. Super Saiyan as well. You could steal that pick from them. But Void Hacker's got a large hero pool. Even if you do take that Moskov, he could always go for. So, oh yeah, exactly. See, call me a prophet, because I predicted this. He stole the pick from Void Hacker. He stole the Moskov. And now Holy Crystal is the one with the Moskov. Fluffy finally has a marksman. And that's going to be Void Hacker's response there. Conquest goes for the Barat. Now, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, we beat Tricks. Now, that's some gunfire packed in. No, Void Hacker going for a Mia. That's something. And Mia is quite a rare pick, especially when it comes to professional Saints. But we did see Seek go for an Argos. So on common picks might be what's trending right now. But that guy is really contemplating his Mia pick. And yes, he does. That's interesting. He does go for a Mia. Mind you, record has been broken. This is the first time someone has ever played Mia in a professional scene. So Void Hacker and Seek broke 2 records today. And Super Saiyan is looking to go for Hanzo. Maybe Hanzo. I mean, he can't traumatize the Sentinel here, but he's going to have to be very careful of Sky Guy, though. Sky Guy can't backdive. And the Hanzo is going to be pretty, annoying in the late game. But Super Saiyan now, 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Okay. 18, 15. Make up your mind. Super Saiyan, what's it going to be? I feel like Hayabusa won't actually work, because Void Hacker's Hidden Moonlight will just cancel it out. And you might want to go for something else, though. Maybe a Link. Glue. Okay, he goes for a Glue instead. Wow, because I was wondering, why go for a Hands when you already have a Jungler? That was what I was actually thinking about. But it's a Glue instead, and this guy wants to stress me. You want me to be saying slam, pass? Okay. All right. Yeah, that's going to be the draft. What do you guys think? Of course, it's going to be El Cartels versus Fluffy for game 2. And the final match for tonight. Both teams are going to come up against each other. Let's see how this goes. I'm really interested in seeing how this goes. I'm really interested in seeing how this pans out. And of course, what do you guys think? And whose draft are you inclining towards? Okay. So someone says here, Mia beats Moscow. Funny enough, 1-on-1 on the same level, that is. Fair. higher damage on our passive, and 65% movement speed on our ult on all levels. Wow, that's pretty high. That's a nice buff. And someone says be like M10 and just get issues. Yeah, M10. I'm myself, I'm getting touched small. I just don't want to talk about it much. Okay, final game for tonight. My battery is almost down, but allow. Final game for tonight. This might be it, guys. This might be it. We will be going straight in. And let's just zoom out a little bit here. I do hope they end fast before my battery dies, because I don't actually have battery for this. Okay. Now Sentinel. Bula. Now that's the poke, of course, with the quicksand guard and the tornado as well, the desert tornado. I like the fact that both of them are just playing it safe now. Fluffy already knows that there's no point at this point in just poking out unnecessarily. Just farm. It's the early games, but looks like Cartel wants to push the early game advantage here. Look at the desert tornado there, but gets taunted with the unbreakable, and Nina's Pookie there. Momentum. They need some nice damage, and Conquest attacking FaZe there. Oh, okay. FaZe is able to flicker out though. That's the leave. One of the meta picks in the mid 1v1 tournament now brought out in a proper 5v5 game mode. And now Conquest. Ooh, okay. So-called teamwork, and of course, Missileize. Oh, Defiant with the first blood onto Pula, and that's one down. And this is exactly why you would not push El Cartel when they have an early game advantage. They've got the early game. Nilia is an early game mage. Sentinel is an early game fighter. And Khalid is an early game fighter and a mid game fighter. You don't want to push these guys in the earlys. They clearly have the advantage here. But now that auto almost spawns. I think it spawns in 18. So they're going to have to rally around it and try to get Nina's Pookie to level 4 so they can properly contest for it. But Sky Guy looks like he might have visitors soon, as the gank might be brewing. The slam with the pass with Super Saiyan might be able to take him there. But then Soul Grip onto Super Saiyan. The man might no, don't. 3 people are waiting for you inside that bush, but then Sky Guy, he already knows. Yeah, he knows. Then Dragon Tail onto Super Saiyan, a lot of damage here. And of course, the Cosmic Touch taking advantage. Meanwhile, on that turtle there, he has seen a lot of heat throwing off. That's the Quicksand Guard from Sentinel now. Quicksand Guard, Desert Tornado there. Black Dragon Form comes down back. 2-man Petrify with the Dragon Tail. That's the dive in. Sky Guy finds the kill onto Nina's Pookie. Now, that was a very good zoning out. But we are seeing a bit of an extension here from Big FaZe and from Super Saiyan rather, with the blue and gets punished by Sentinel. Of course, that's exactly what you want to see happening. He tried to invade, but no support will be put down. And on the other note, Holy Crystal trying to push down the tier 1 of the gold lane. But no, actually not for trying to push down. He is just staying in the tier 1. There, he is just staying there, guys. No push whatsoever. Okay. Yeah, this is not looking good for Fluffy. They have lost the gold lead, they have lost the kill lead, and now the waves are starting to brew in, and we are seeing an invade from Conquest. The AOG comes out from Pula. A good move, little expert with so-called teamwork. Pula period of time, the real manipulation already comes out. Conquest, that will not be a good move there. He's having the max stack of big guy, but the Detona's welcome now straight into Pookie, and that's gonna be the follow-up, and one taking down the 2-for-1. Cartel has lost this trade, and so far Fluffy still makes it work and chases them back away from their jungle. Wow, that was a very nice comeback on their end. I gotta give them for that. I gotta give them that. They are taking things slow. Hopefully my battery can stay as long as they are taking things slow, but still, Holy Crystal now. Man's gonna have to come through now. Now let's demobilize the Arrow of Eclipse from Void Hacker to mobilize them, but he's facing Holy Crystal here, so he's gonna have to be chill. And Sentinel now rotating, giving vision. That's what he should do. But on that mid lane, we are seeing a lot of heat. Pookie there with the Phantom State that comes out. Then onto I don't think that's a good, because I mean the turtle is almost spawning, and you are seeing an engagement. You have used your ult already, but then down bottom, Holy Crystal gets taken down by Sentinel, and yeah, that cannot be good. 3-man gank, and Void Hacker getting to assist on that. Starting out the turtle, El Cartel still making those coordinated gameplays and just taking ganking the lane close to the objective. Man, you can tell that this is a team that really calculated their moves and really know what they are doing here. For Conquest now, that's another invade from El Cartel and Sentinel just trying to zone out Pula. There's a tornado there with the Sandwalk. And yeah, he's just trying to zone them out, take the objectives, and slam slam with fast pass, of course. That's split split, but Detona's welcome now straight into Super Saiyan. Okay, AOG onto 3. The Super Saiyan will find Conquest now. Wood 4, that's gonna be Dirigi Sandstorm onto 2. Defiance finds another Sky Guy, places Brookie back into the respawn base. Sky Guy with a double. And that's a 2 for 3 for the Aka takes down the turret. In the midst of the team fight now, SOD gets Holy Crystal out there into the fight, and Holy Crystal trying to take down Sky Guy. Now Spirit of Questions trying to use their Beast Walker to get close, but Sky Guy is able to walk away safely. And yeah, survives to tell the tale. Meanwhile, for Haka onto the tier 1 there, trying to melt down that tier 1. Okay, Arrow of Eclipse there. Okay, already using the Hidden Moonlight, but then trying to deal some damage to pull out. Not a wise decision as they go for Rookie. That's gonna be the goalkeeper. There is some great numbers. Since now able to get away with the Sandwalk, and of course Nina Fuki trying to melt them down with the momentum, and that will be Divine getting shot down by Pula. Detona's welcome now onto Pula as Conquest will find him there up top. There is a Conquest going on the EXP lane. Okay, let me just point out something here, right? El Cartels are really trying to pick their fights. They are picking their fights here. But at some point, I feel like the invading, to a degree, is becoming excessive, and Fluffy are starting to adapt to it. And they're able to, like, pull off team fights and somehow win the numbers. And you can tell that cartels don't want to take risks because now the turtle is about to be spawned. And when this turtle spawn, you don't want to be invading now. Okay, now you can see Sentinel trying to rotate now onto this. Now, this cannot be a good move because now he has baited out Nina's Pookie's Retribution. Wow. That was impressive. Beating out Nina's Retribution. Now they have an uncontested turtle. As expected of El Cartels, they are the representatives. Of course, this kind of gameplay is expected from them. But then Defiant now just holding down Shadow Energy, poking out the Lord. And of course, goalkeeper, crit numbers, trying to melt down this turtle as Conquest will get that turtle. Meanwhile, down bottom, we can see Fluffy taking advantage of the absence of Void Hacker on that gold lane as they will melt down the tier 1. Meanwhile, Sky Guy onto the mid lane, picks up 1, and the SOD comes out. But that's going to be Holy Crystal changing positions now. Black Dragon form comes out from Sky Guy trying to meet up with Nina's Rookie. The dangerous position, the Phantom Steed is there, but no, he can't. As Sky Guy will take him down with the Dragonoid form and the Dragon Tail. Man, Void Hacker defending the top lane while Sky Guy is the bottom lane. Coordination is an impressive one there. Sky Guy now, okay, schooling, okay, flicker with that Beast Walker, then Spear of Misreach pushing back, and the defensive Desert Tornado from Sentinel out of the tier 2 turrets there. Now Pula trying to send them out here. They have lost turrets, 2 turrets, tier 1 and tier 1 on both top and bottom lanes. Fluffy are starting to lose the war, but now we are seeing up top some fights brewing here. So we are seeing Void Hacker already committing that Hidden Moonlight to get away into safety. Then the fight might be brewing here. That's going to be Phantom Steed. He will get the Phantom Steed. Starting out the fight now. That's going to be 1v2. Maybe make that 2v2 as they will join the fray with Reggie Sandstorm, but then will fall and pull out will fall. Void Hacker, okay, somehow Sky Guy survives. Sentinel survives as well. El Cartels, what the heck? As they will find one more. Sebastian will stamp pass onto inside the turret, and Void Hacker will finally fall. Yeah, that cannot be good. Okay, trying to escape now. Sebastian not able to get away. Conquest will find him. That's a double for the man. 2 stacks of big guy. Phantom Steed comes out again. The old keeper stacks. Still some great numbers onto Conquest as Holy Crystal will find the kill there. It's a 2-for-2 equal trade in favor of both teams. Holy Crystal finds the double, make that a 2-for-3 unfavorable trade in favor of El Cartels, and they are still going for more. Sentinel in a dangerous position. Momentum deals some more damage here, but Holy Crystal prioritizing the macros. The Lord has spawned, and that's where El Cartel should set their sights on. But now they are moving towards that Lord. Sky Guy leading the fray into that Lord area, but it looks like the man still wants to do some more damage. I know you're an explainers, and explainers after H to fight. But then Holy Crystal, Sky Guy just dealing some very nice damage there and just walking around and trying to give vision of the Lord area before Conquest gets there. That's one of the jobs of the XP, by the way. He needs to be able to give vision, and now he might be baiting out Pookie here. He might be baiting out that ult. Maybe he does have that Black Dragon form to get out when times are difficult. Yeah, baiting out the odds, getting out the Black Dragon form. That's expected of Sky Guy, but now he does go. May not be done here. That's a 2-man Dragon Tail, okay, with the Soul Grip as well. Sky Guy will still survive. Jesus. Sky Guy still survives that and gets away into safety. Dragon Tail now. Super Saiyan trying to melt him down with the Slam, but then Sky Guy with Soul Grip now trying to defend, but the reinforcements are here, and El Cartels will support their own as they will get 2 down. Sky Guy survives, the fire survives, and that's 3 that Void Hacker will find. And now back, Jesus Christ. Did you guys see what just happened? Defiant recalled back to the base and then used the black shoes to go back to the Lord. Or more. That was 1 million IQ play. I need to try that in the game. I will try that in the game. What? How? But then that's actually pretty impressive. And I'm pretty sure he wanted to show that off. But then, yeah, the will be game for an engagement here. Phantom Steed already committed to Black Dragon form now comes to the back now. Defensive mode will be activated for Fluffy as the EOG will be used defensively now. Sky Guy finds the creation of defense for Beast Walker. That's going to be 2 for 2. And the momentum used Pookie is getting to safety now. Defiant goes to the back line. No black shoes. Has to get away. And yeah, that is a very impressive move. Fluffy calling the shots back to the base and to a safe position because that Lord is approaching, so they don't want to start a team fight which could lead to a potential wipeout. And yeah, the turrets are approaching and Sky Guy is dead. The man wants to take it though. The Lord has been melted and more turrets are falling, and man, that's pretty interesting really. Okay, now that's Soul Grip with the Fury Dive. Sky Guy poking out this glue here. I mean, to be fair, Super Saiyan is actually doing very well with this glue, right? I think one of the major issues I have with him with this glue is just this is battle spell. I don't really know about the glue flame shot. Honestly, I don't. But still, hey, if it works for him. You know, everyone has a unique battle spell with the hero, but there's an invade here from El Cartel. They are trying to invade this jungle rather. Then they have the buff there already. Conquest already has maximum stats of big guy. Momentum from Pookie. That's not gonna do much though. That's not gonna do much, I'll tell you that. But then, Detona's welcome now straight into Pookie. And now onto the wall. That's gonna be a follow-up from El Cartels as Pookie moved for Pula sees himself. AOG defensively. Only Crystal becomes the sacrifice. And Pookie next to the chopping block. A follow-up from Sky Guy as he finds a double and dives out of the turret with the furious dive. And the glue now taking a lot of damage. That's gonna be a slam defensively with the pass into the turret. And El Cartels pushing away Fluffy. It's a 1-for-2 trade in favor of El Cartels as that tier 2 turret will fall. They are slowly building up the momentum into their base. And man, it's just not working at this point in time. It's just not working out for them. I mean, Fluffy are trying, but the waves are just coming endlessly against them. And at this point, they really have to go there. But then it looks like they might be going for the turret. Yes, they do. But Haka puts down the turret, and somehow that Mia is still working. That Mia is actually working out the Modena Butterfly, the legend skin on the Mia. Gotta call that out too. That's actually a pretty good skin. But the Lord is almost spawning. And I do hope Fluffy has something to say about this Lord though, because this Lord might just be the only time. Okay, Sky Guy might be creating a distraction here though. Sky Guy might be creating a distraction. The Lord is almost melted down completely. And yeah, Void Hacker just gonna be taken down. And yeah, Sky Guy doing a lot of damage onto that back lines, creating as much distraction as he can while Void Hacker melts down that Lord. But down bottom, we are seeing Holy Crystal trying to take down the tier 2 there of the gold lane. But then Sky Guy taking a lot of damage here. No interest in engagement from El Cartels. That's the Detona's welcome. Straight down to follow up the Furious Dive, and the Dragon Tail, the Black Dragon form comes out as well. Sky Guy surviving and taking out B-Phase in the back, and now the Dragonoid form is ready as they will use the Dragon Tail and El Cartel pushing the other advantage now. They're trying to make sure they melt them down. Void Hacker comes out. Look at the crit numbers of Void Hacker. Look at the crit numbers. Holy Crystal will put him down quick. They have lost their marksman, and now the chances of ending with this Lord is super slim. One sec. Yeah, it's super slim. and they are engaging here. You can see really Pookie really trying to hold them off while they melt down this Lord, and that will be a Lord well held off as it will be melted now. Pula needs to go back. There's no point in engagement anymore. You have melted down the Lord. You just have to pull back, clear the waves, and wait until the next Lord spawn, because right now you are losing in terms of macro, and you need to make sure you get it right, because the right now the gold difference is there. The goal difference is there in favor of the other team and in favor of El Cartels, and the Lord is almost spawning soon in 90 seconds. Make that 1 minute to 30 seconds. Minion waves are there as well. They are making sure they clear those waves. You can see for Hacker down bottom. You can see Sky Guy still at the base though. They are invading. They are still invading. Immortality bot with punches by Sky Guy. Reward manipulation already come out. Okay, El Cartels might not be making a good decision here as the Conquest move forward. They have lost their jungler. Fluffy now pushing things. Raging Sands come defensively. Sentinel trying to get away, but Hacker finds Pula. That's Retribution already committed now. For Hacker trying to go for a double here. But they will not give him that double. The man would have to settle for just one kill as a 1-for-1 trade, a jungler for a jungler in favor of both teams. But so far, I like the fact that El Cartels know how to weigh their odds. They know how to push an advantage, and they know how to, pull back when they see that, oh, this thing is actually not good for us to push through, and we need to actually pull back from here. I like that. They have taken down all the bases here. And this is not looking good, guys. This is not looking good. Said Super Saiyan, taking rounds here. Gonna have to go for more. But then the man is waiting. Super Saiyan might be poking the man out. Slam. Looking at this SpongeBob collab here, really just loving the skin. But Sentinel, man is just avoiding him. 15 seconds. There's no time to go for those unnecessary engagements. It might be baiting you out to commit your skills, but there's really no point in doing that. There's really no point, really. But 5 seconds until this Lord spawns, 3 seconds, and that's gonna be the Lord spawning. All right, yeah, sorry about that. Network is still touching me. Okay, Lord has spawned. That's gonna be Lord Dance. Wait till El Cartel start out something. Yeah, Sentinel, mine. Okay, that's an elephant dump steep, but Sentinel is there to stop Mjay onto the back, and that's gonna be the Lord. The team fight spread into two now. Black Dragon already started, and the Lord has been reset, and El Cartel might be going for a wipeout. Pull that down. Sebastian might be next, but that's gonna be Slam Stamp moves him back, and not a wise decision as they will melt him down. Sebastian falls. That's 3 members down. And Holy Crystal gonna have to recall because this might be GG's for El Cartel. Already Sandstorm with the flicker from Sentinel as a roll 4. Ooh, yeah, it's red base. And now Void Hacker might be going for one. The mortality already pops Sky Guy. Maybe not a good decision, but then Void Hacker is trying to melt that base as fast as he can. Holy Crystal might melt it down. Still vision to pull him back. And Void Hacker shut down by Holy Crystal. Maybe a triple. Nino finds a triple kill for the Leon one. El Cartel almost wiped out by Fluffy. That was a risky play. Now they go for that Lord. I'm annoyed because why did El Cartel not go for that Lord? Why did he not go for that Lord? Because now Fluffy will go for that Lord and they will melt down this Lord. What is going on? This Lord would have been taken first before you push your advantage. But Nina's Spooky now, he has taken the Lord, and now Fluffy will have a wave advantage here. Macro plays, guys. These little things can be very costly. Now the tier 1 is down, and man, this is something. I really don't like how this is turning out to be. But still, I gotta commend Fluffy though, because they did take advantage of that one little mistake. Now look at Holy Crystal rotating to make sure that this Lord does not waste, and they are supporting him. Fluffy showing why they are tier 1 as well as El Cartel. That's gonna be the slam down with a pass. That's the glue, and they have taken down the tier 2. Void Hacker already there to meet that Lord. They don't even want that Lord to even come close to their base. They want to just melt down the Lord before it gets anywhere. But meanwhile, on the mid lane, we are seeing a lot of engagement now. And then as Spooky AOG comes out, and that's gonna be one falling. Now Defiance will fall. That's a lot of damage being dealt as well. The old keeper and the passive there. But Haka comes in. That's gonna be Holy Crystal, Wind of Nature to save him. But they do not welcome onto him. They will try to take him down. But Haka falls. The Cartel's losing members. That's 3 down, and maybe 2 left. Conquest second last man standing now. Conquest will fall, and 1 million is all it takes for Fluffy to end this game. And geez, they will cut the lane here to try to buy time. El Cartels might have just sold this game, as this might be Sentinel. The last man standing is trying to hold down that minion waves as much as he can. They don't have a marksman to melt down Sentinel, but Reggie Samston defensively, that's going to be the reward manipulation already used by him. They're trying to push him out. They're trying to melt him down. But then the base is what they will prioritize. The minion waves are pushing on both sides, trying to melt down this base, and time has been bought. Void Hacker will soon be back. And yeah, Wind of Nature already bought at his end as well. That's been Reggie Sandstorm, and the minion waves will buy enough time for El Cartel to recover from this situation. Wow. Now, they did not end. Wow. They did not end. Okay. I like this. 20 seconds until the Lord spawns, and I pray that El Cartel has actually learned their lesson, because that was a very costly mistake. Not taking the Lord and forcing out an advantage like that. Now the Lord is there. You see Fluffy already there. They have the macro advantage. So El Cartels are stuck clearing while they are at the Lord area. Now Pula already there to meet Sentinel. And 3 more seconds will make it count. They will have to melt down this Lord as fast as they can. Of course, Holy Crystal there already started. Now this is a 60,000 HP Lord. That is a lot of HP on that Lord. No trust the Mia. She will be able to. Black Dragon form already onto the back. That's what Sky Guy can do, but he's losing a lot of HP though. Voidaka takes out Super Saiyan, and El Cartels might just be back in town, as the Lord will be soon melted down. Conquest will steal it out, and that's gonna bring out the team fight. Luna's Spooky will fall. That's 2 down. El Cartel still pushing their advantage here. They're taking the Lord, and now they want to melt down what's rest of the game, as they will secure the Lord, and Fluffy will crumble in this team fight. Burn as splash, as Fluffy will still try to defend. Holy Crystal is still in the game and somehow still fighting hard. That Lord is now approaching and not in their favor. How much more can they tank against this Lord? Can Holy Crystal do it with just him and Big Face? This just might be it, guys. This might be it, okay? Abyss Walker, they're trying to draw the Lord to the other side. I am seeing what they are doing. But then Black Dragon form, and that's going to be Void Hacker now coming in to melt the base for El Cartels. It looks like this might be GG's, guys. Fluffy tried, but then El Cartels just were the better one in this game. Well, unfortunately, I don't actually have battery, so I'm going to see all the goodbyes early. The next games are 29th and 30th, and of course, it's going to be day 2 and day 3 respectively. It was an honor. Shout out to Mlhub management team for bringing up the promotion, for bringing up the Mhpl games to us today. The first tier 1 and the tier 2 games. Shout out to Stark in the Back Production for bringing up the stream you see. Shout out to Bambi as well for casting with me. And shout out to myself, Black Matter. I will be seeing you guys on 29th and 30th. It's been a long run, and it's been an interesting one. Until then, good night, guys. Cheers.